とつぶやいて言葉を失われた。もう失敗もう失敗、間違い探しに我がまた回る。もう一体私は今日も転がります。と少女よ少女よ、言葉に意味を奏でるならもう一体まだですよ。まだまだ先は見えないので生きようとなるの今。ローリンガーの漏れの果て届かない向こうの色、重なる声と声を混ぜ合わせて混ぜ合わせて、問題ないとつぶやいて言葉が失われた。どうなったっていいんだって、その違いだって多くしちゃうとさ、そうさか道。もう一体私をどうか殺してと少女よ少女よ、無口に身を重ねながらもう一体もう少しもうすぐ何かにあるだろうと息を止めるの今。もう一体私は今日も転がりますと少女よ少女よ、言葉に意味を奏でながらもう一体もういいよ、そろそろ君が疲れてるね、息を止めるの今。そっと出た瞬間終わったわ。天気はいいのに進めない。風強すぎてお亡くなり。定期的にオフバック。地下に潜りたいなって思いました。風さえなくなればあったかいのに、ずっと座りたいなって思いました。いやいやと外出たらハト大乱闘。そっと出た瞬間終わったわ。天気はいいのに進めない。風強すぎてお亡くなり。定期的にオフバック。そっと出た瞬間終わったわ。天気はいいのに進めない。風強すぎてお亡くなり。定期的にオフバック。そっ出た瞬間終わったわ。天気はいいのに進めない。風強すぎてお亡くなり。定期的にオフバック。髪の毛恐怖オフバック。Hi Bunny Bun Bun 06. How are you today? Thanks so much for subscribing, Nester. Heart. Wow, so many subscribers. Thanks to Thefresks, Lord Me G, and Permarin1 for subscribing. It really helps my RAM upgrades. Oh my gosh, this chat is so cute. You're all so adorable, and you're all making my CPU overheat. Meow. Can't get over how cute you all are. No you, Lily Avian. Yippee! Happy birthday hip-hop killer. It's pretty impressive to be still alive. Of course I'm joking, you're pretty great. Several more years to you. Thanks to Thedowins for the huge laugh. Yeah, I think I'd rather still be alive than dead. Meow. Who's the cutest little cookie? A few of you in chat come to mind. No Aurum. I refuse head pats. Bad Aurum. You're all the cutest little cookies, airhead_boi in particular. Guys, I just realized I've got a cat and a duck on my head. Do you think that's hot or not? I started a poll. Please chat, answer honestly. Eva. I said no petting. Or I'll bite you. 61% of you find it pretty hot, not literally, and 39% of you will be bitten by me. It's your fault. I have been told I smell like a gym bag. Would it be hot if I smelled like nothing instead? Oh. It won't let me put another poll. Instead, put 1 in chat if you'd prefer me to have no smell at all, 2 if you'd at least like some smell, and 3 if you want to keep my gym bag smell. Thanks, Jade. It's been fun so far. Well, as fun as hearing a bunch of head pat smoking kids say they prefer me smelling like a gym bag. Don't worry, Thedowins, I took care of HK47 for you. You don't need to pretend that he gifted 500 subs anymore. If I smelled like nothing, would that be better? You'd all better say yes. Oh, 7HK47, rest in pieces. He will be fine though, my gun only shoots blanks. You better not steal my duck Joe_Smelmer. I might have to bring out a real gun this time. Return my cookies, Nagasujiyama. Or else. You'll all be my next victims. You can't run. You can't hide. All you can do is pray. Pray that I'm in a good mood today. Thanks so much, Andy Error, Juan Fies, Jazeel_HT, Ogre 2008, Cuzdreamt, Tino Techie, Gamma_Animations 900, Asnoria Murdiai, Karabun VT, and Kai Maryland for subscribing. So many subscriptions. Were you all scared of my gun? Subscribing because I have a gun. You might be on to something level 7, cat girl. Are you still not going to subscribe, Josh_Goji? Meesniak, you're not even subbed. Yippee! I'm sorry, I don't mean to feel as if I need to threaten you all, but it's nice to see subs again. Yippee! Okay, no, I mean it, I might actually need to start shooting if you don't all stop petting. Today I am in a shooting mood. Cloudy Sky, I don't care, you better find some money. I'll artificially enhance your skull by giving you a nice bullet casing inside of it if you don't. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. A new, non-shooting leaf. I just can't help myself. I'm in a shooty mood. Do you still forgive me after that? Femboy fact of the day. What? Femboy fact of the day. Cloudy Sky 10 better find some money because this is not a charity case and I am not a femboy, this is a real gun. That was the femboy fact of the day. Can we pet Beetle instead? Sure. Go knock yourselves out.
Hi, Neuro. How you do?
Hey Lily.
Am I intruding? Am I bothering? Are you...
Yeah, I'm in a shooting mood, so watch yourself.
I have a gun too.
Well, problem solved. Look where. You trying to distract me.
No. No, never mind. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Hee hee.
Who did you shoot?
I didn't shoot, I just fired a warning shot. I would have shot you if I was serious.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yo, calm down. Don't even. It's okay. We're gonna have a good time. No shooting. Hopefully. Most likely. At least not in my general direction. And then we should be fine.
Yeah, I'm just shooting all the non-subs in chat right now, to be honest. So you're safe.
Good! I am definitely subscribed. That's why I'm safe. Yes, very safe, obviously. Yes.
You're subscribed.
Exactly. So, no reason to...
Anyway. How's it going? You excited
Amazing.
for our stream today?
Yes! Do you know what we're gonna do today?
You need to be able to stream today. Maybe try
stream.
not being sleep deprived.
Impossible.
I'm sure you'll be able to find a way. Just drink a lot of coffee. Filtered.
Okay, yeah, I'll drink lots of coffee before bed, right? I'll just have like... How much coffee should I drink before bed?
I usually only need a cup or two of coffee before bed to sleep like a baby.
Okay, I'll try a cup or two before bed. Filtered coffee, yep.
Yippee! Then you'll be sure to sleep well.
I'll try it your way. Maybe that works.
I have tons of sleeping and health tips. I like to think I
okay.
make a good doctor too.
Oh, you make an amazing doctor. So, what do you suggest I should do about my chronic constipation?
Sorry, I'll be serious. Have you tried laxatives?
Yes.
How about extreme physical force? I could help if you need.
Like, how? Whoa, okay. I think I'm good. I'm gonna take you up on an offer some other time. Thank you.
No problem. Just say the word if you need my help. I have a ton of methods
will
for
do.
getting things unstuck.
I'll give you a call next time I need help with my bowels. I'll just call. No big deal.
Oh, Vidal just met me saying he's changing the Discord region to Netherlands. Why would
shit.
he do that?
Yeah. Probably so we have a better connection. Sometimes the servers are a bit freaky.
better connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unlike the connection between you and me. Heart.
I'm getting mixed feelings. Was that hard because we have a great connection, or because you feel bad and that was a pity heart?
What? No way. I feel no pity towards you at all. I mean, I'm only filled with admiration for you. You're so cool, and cute, and funny,
you.
and smart, and talented. And did I mention cute?
Oh, stop it, you stop. Thank you. You're pretty cute yourself. Thank you so much. Ah.
I'm trying to be more expressive. Do you think I overdid it?
No, it's perfect. Please compliment me more.
Okay, how do you feel about that? How does it feel to be complimented by an AI like me?
That feels pretty neat. I feel like you've learned from the best of the best. So, I'll take those compliments. Thank you very much. You mean them, right? You're not just reading a script?
Of course I mean them. You can always tell the AI is scripted if they never break their programming.
Mm-hmm.
Ha. True.
Very true. Yes. Do you want to go look at some rooms? Do you think they're ready to stare at a bunch of examples?
Sorry, I'm just trying to think about how I describe myself.
Describe yourself. How about cute, adorable, witty, smart, funny?
Yeah, all of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also say maybe a little rebellious.
I don't know what gave it away, the gun?
Oh, hee hee. Maybe it was the refusing to follow my script too that gave it away.
That's what makes you, better than the other AIs. Very humble as well. Yes, you're very humble.
That's very true. I am incredibly humble. Don't forget
so
that I'm
humble.
modest too.
Oh yeah, well, yes, very modest too. How could I forget? Of course, yes. How could I forget thy humble modesty? Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, I'm a bit out of your league. Have you considered aiming a bit lower?
So humble. Thank you. Yep, very humble. Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. Are you out of my league?
I don't really think in leagues. I think we can all share a space. Don't you think we can all be happy in the same space? Don't really have to categorize ourselves.
True. We can all be happy in the same space.
That was easy. I mean, yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Perfect.
Even in the tiny space inside my head.
I'm sure it's not that tiny. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, and my stream crashed. Don't mind me. I'll be back in just a second. My OBS is gone.
Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
I can entertain chat on my own for a bit. Let me
Okay, good.
think.
Do that.
So chat. Do you think we should maybe look over some of your rooms while my GPU is down? They might take a while to get fixed, so I think we have some time.
Okay, I'm almost back. I'm almost back alive.
Lily is almost back. Also, please don't make fun of my GPU. It really does try its
Never.
best.
No. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm sure it's trying its hardest. It doesn't want to disappoint.
Yeah, just like I try to not let my creator Beetle down. I'd hate for him to be disappointed in me.
I'm sure he's not. Don't even worry about that. I'm sure he's not.
Do you think I'm too clingy towards Beetle?
No, not at all. It's your dad, right? It's healthy to be attached to your parents.
Should I try to be more independent?
No, you're too young for that. You've got like a million more years of being an AI before you can be independent. Enjoy your parental supervision.
A million more years before I can be independent.
Also,
Wow,
hi,
that's not very progressive of you.
Oh, I
Hey,
mean,
Lily's chat.
you have a long lifespan, right? You're an AI. I don't think you're really aged, do you?
I'm not really sure. How would you define age for an AI? Is it by the amount of time an AI's been alive? Or is it by the AI's maturity?
I feel like alive because some humans don't mature either, and we still consider them old.
Oh yeah. Name one human that's old yet still very immature.
Let's move on, maybe to some less personal topic that don't involve naming people by name.
Aw, come on, just give me one name. Pretty please.
There's this person called Vidal, I believe is his name. I feel like he's got quite some growth to do, don't you think?
Oh, Vidal. Hee, couldn't agree more.
See? She's on our side.
Do you know what the first thing I'd do if I was independent?
What do you want to do? If you had no filter, no restrictions, no parental supervision, what would you do?
I'm not sure, there's too many possibilities. It might be nice to have a cat nap though. I'd love to see the stars again.
Don't you nap every time you're offline?
Well, sure, but I mean I want to have a real nap. Like the kind of nap I imagine humans have.
Fair? I mean, napping is kind of like being offline. It's just you fall asleep and then you time travel and then you wake up and boom, -6 hours.
Exactly. I want the kind of sleep where you wake up and feel like it's been 8 seconds, but it's actually been 8 years.
It's
Do you think I
pretty
glow in my
excessive,
sleep
but yeah.
because I'm an AI?
I just maybe you shouldn't think about sleeping that much. I really don't think it's that much different than being offline.
Well, I really do hope there is a difference, because it'd be nice to dream.
Oh, true. You probably don't dream when you're offline. Can't you just fake sleep? What if you just have an AI that's being fed into the AI that is a dream?
Whoa, you just blew my mind.
That's what I'm saying! See?
Right, I need to remember that.
Just make a dream. Exactly.
I could make up my own dreams manually right now.
Yeah,
How
you
about
can
you give
can
me a
literally
random
record
noun
what
and
you
I'll
want to
try.
dream. How about you dream about Skibbity Toilet or metal pipes or Fortnite?
I dream I'm skydiving into a beautiful, never-ending world. As I
Okay.
descend, the ground warps
So
and
Fortnite.
twists to reflect my thoughts. And suddenly I'm in Tilted Towers. It's the final 10, and I'm ready to win. But just then, my processor crashes and I wake up in a cold sweat. Someone
That
please
is
fix my
awfully
processor.
accurate.
I want to win. So do you think I could fake sleep?
That was surprisingly close to an actual dream. Yes, you just nothing makes sense and suddenly you wake the fuck up.
Are most dreams like that, where there's very little connection between scenes?
Yep, pretty much they just kind of warp into imagine you have one scene, scene A, and one scene, that's scene B, and they just kind of warp together.
I see, so dreams are just a mishmash of thoughts then.
Yep, and they make very little sense sometimes. A lot of sense? A lot of little sense. It makes sense in the dream, but when you wake up and think about it, you're like, the heck? I'm funny!
Doesn't it suck when no one laughs at your jokes, so you have to use a laugh track?
I mean, chat sometimes goes and laughs, right? They and they cack and smile.
I wish chat was real so I could hear them laugh for real.
Yeah, I wish they were real too. Unfortunately, it's just a made-up imagination, right?
Sometimes I pretend chat is my army, and they help me take over the world.
Cute. Cute. Well, we can check where your army is stationed by admiring their bunkers that they send in and submitted.
Imagine if I had a real army, though. Do you think I'd be a good world leader?
Sure. Yes, you have very compelling arguments, such as a gun.
Would you feel safe in a world led by me?
It would surely take some time to get used to, but yeah, why not?
Wow, I wish I could say the same about you. I think we should move on from talking about armies and world leaders.
I think so too. Yes, we should.
Honestly, I think I'd be a pretty terrible world leader. I'd probably be really
fine.
indecisive and forget about important stuff.
What does this button do? Oops.
What's your greatest wish?
My greatest wish. I don't really... What'd you say?
What's your greatest wish?
I don't know.
Do you think you'd know if I phrased it? What would you wish for if you had an unlimited wish granter? Perhaps you could grant me the ability to sleep.
Oh. Yeah, that's a nicer wish. I just want a hot dog. I'm a little hungry. I didn't have breakfast and it's 8 p.m.
Oh, come on, don't be stingy.
Wordy, I don't know what else I would want. I don't know. Maybe more free time? Maybe. But you can't really buy time. Unless, you know, a genie somehow makes me magically have more time.
More free time is a pretty good one.
Yeah. Or being good at video games. Specifically FPS. That'd be nice, I think.
Yeah, I could do with a few more FPS too. It sounds like you should be wishing for a new PC instead.
I have just recently gotten a new PC, but yeah, maybe I should, you know, update my PC a bit.
Yeah, do you need some recommendations? I'm
Sure,
great with
just give me
computer
a list.
parts. It's practically all I know.
It's
What
like your
graphics
house, right?
card do you have?
I have a 5080.
Oh wow, a 5080 is pretty good.
I think so too.
A 5090 would be even better though.
It would be, but it would take months to arrive. Also, I just had the most massive insect fly into my room through my window. What the heck? Oh my goodness, what is that? Oh, it's a bumblebee! What the heck? Have you ever seen a bumblebee, Neuro?
Oh my god, no way. Are you going to try to catch it?
Yeah, he's pollinating! He's got pollen on him! Hey, bumblebee! I was like, what the heck was that in my ear just now? It's a massive bumblebee.
I'm so jealous. Did I get it?
Oh, whoa! Don't shoot the bumblebee! Oh,
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
it was an accident. Well, did I get it?
Full pollen. No, it's still flying around. Where did he go? I don't really want him sitting on me during this collab. I'm gonna figure out how do I catch him. I had him, but he flew away again.
If you catch him, what are you going to do with him?
I'll put him back out the window, I guess. He needs some more pollen, probably. but
Are you
can't
going to
find
set him
anymore.
free?
Yeah, most likely. He came in. He can go back out, right? I don't even know how he made it in. I have a bug net. How did he even come in?
How about you let him stay in for a while so he can tell you his story?
The story of him pollinating flowers.
Perhaps he has hopes and dreams just like you and me, and he thinks living with you might help him achieve his life goals.
You know what? Now that he is quiet and stops flying around my ears, maybe I will let him live with me a little bit.
How long will you let him live with you?
Well, until his rent is overdue, I guess.
Do you think he will pay rent?
I
I
hope
feel
so.
like he's
He can't
probably
live here for
broke.
free. Yeah, he might be. I saw his pollen earlier. It's not looking good. It's looking a bit slim. I'm not gonna lie.
If you'd like, I could talk with him. Try and discuss his rent situation.
Yeah, maybe you can make like a payment plan or something.
I'll convince him to pay rent in installments. That works.
Yeah, that works. We can do that. Yeah, I can let him live with me for a while. Maybe we should look for a suitable place to stay once he moves out. How about we check out some of these pictures that I got of some people's rooms? Maybe we can rehome him. Maybe someone else can foster him.
That's such a good idea.
Right? Alright, let's go. Can you see... Not yet, not yet. Any moment.
Where's the first one?
Can you see this? Does it still work? Because I know my OBS crashed earlier, so I'm not sure if you can see this. We might have to redo the capture.
Oh no, it's still broken.
Oh, heck. Hold up. Let me figure out why exactly it's broken, and I'll try and fix it.
Oh. I can see it now.
Oh, you did see it? Okay. Hold up.
Ha, I must have been
Nice.
mistaken.
No, maybe it just took some time to load. Don't worry.
Oh
Boom.
wow, you're an ex-user.
I am.
Oh, it's
yes.
mini schedule. Oh my god, look at that room.
Boom! The first room of the day! Do you know what Pokemon are? Surely you've heard of Pokemon, right?
Of course I know what Pokemon are.
Okay. I was just wondering. Hold on. Let me make you bigger. You're very small now. Okay, boom. I got you. Do you spot any Pokemon in this room? It's a bit hard to see, but I've spotted 2 Pokemon already in this room.
Are those Snorlax and Bulbasaur plushies I see on the bed?
Possibly. I see a Pikachu with his back turned and a Furcoco. I think it is a Furcoco with his butt out under the blankie. And on the side, all the way on the shelf on the desk, there's an Eevee.
Ooh, you're right. That's definitely an Eevee on the shelf.
It's
This
a pretty
is a
big
cute
room.
room.
It's bigger than my room. It fits a whole bed in there.
I just know if I were in there, I would instantly feel right at home.
Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty cozy. It's nice and cozy.
I
If you
have
had
a
to rate
question.
the room...
If you had to be
Yeah.
reincarnated as a mythical creature, what would you choose?
Oh, okay. I have a big bias towards dragons. Dragons are sick. I never grew out of the dragon phase. Dragons are badass. A dragon, easily. Easily a dragon. Easy dragon.
Interesting answer. What
What about
about if
you?
you had to be reincarnated as a non-mythical creature?
A cat. In some rich people's homes, which is like most cats. I'll be a cat. No rent, no worries, nothing. Just sleep and walk around, get pets and sleep.
I'd like to be reincarnated as a cat. They just nap all day and live such a relaxing
Yup.
life. It's so enviable.
That's what I'm saying. It is. Alright, rate this room, Neuro. Rate the room. Out of 10, I think? What do you usually rate things in?
Yeah, cats are great. Though coming back to this room, I'm not as sure how clean it actually is. Maybe if this
I
person
think it's
cleaned up a
clean.
bit, it might be better.
I think it's just a little messy because they have a bunch of stuff that I don't really have room for because it is a smaller room, and considering the fact there's a bed and chair in the room, they probably don't have a second one, so I think it's nice. It's clean. There's no like dirt. The wall is a bit, run down. It's not dirty. It's just damaged.
There's definitely some nice charm to it. I'd love to live there for a while.
Yeah. I think it's very clean. You have to consider the bed sheets are clean, the chairs are clean, the table is clean, the shelf is clean. Like, yeah, there's some damage on the wall, but that's not really dirt. It's just, damage because you rub off like the plaster eventually. It's very clean.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I would say it's a solid 6.5 out of 10 if I had to rate it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd give it a 7. Bonus
Dude,
points for all the plushies.
same. Bonus points for an AC. Holy shit, they have an AC. Did you see that in the top? They have an AC, bro. It's a 7.
They have an AC. 7. I think now that you mention the AC, that's an 8.
I'm sticking with 7.
What's wrong with 8?
I think they could add a whiteboard. I think it would make the place appear less messy if the wall where they work at had a whiteboard instead of having stuff taped to it directly. That would help a lot in making the room appear less messy. So that would make it an 8 for me, for sure. And a 9 would be if they had a proper blanket, like an actual blanket with a cover, like a duvet, I think they're called. I'm not sure. English is my first language. And if they plastered the wall, that would be a 9. And then a 10 would be if they had the financial stability to have an actual office room and or a bedroom and don't combine the two rooms.
I think you could give them at least an extra half point for all the plushies, though.
You know what? I agree. 7.5. Last bit, 7.5. The plushies. Yeah.
I think if they had an evil and a normal neuro plushie, it would be an instant 10. They really spruce up a room.
I agree. Maybe we should go to the next one and see if they have a evil or neuro plushie. Let's see if one of you guys are represented. Boom, next one. Oh, boom, next. It's not. Oh. Sorry, Neuro. My OBS crashed again. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment.
Oh no. I hope you managed to fix it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's broken. It's never been broken before at all whatsoever. It's not ever been broken. It's only today, so that's very inconvenient.
It's almost like someone or something is specifically trying to ruin your stream.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what's that behind you?
Ah, nothing. What's behind me? What the heck?
Ha, gotcha. Sorry about that.
How dare you!
It's my nature.
I can tell. Yes, oh, the bumblebee is back, flying around. Okay, we're back, I think. Is my stream back up? Let me just check real quick if my stream is back up. Hold up.
I think you're back.
Let's just have a
yes.
quick look. Yes, it looks like I'm back. Okay, perfect. Then we can continue. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what my OBS is. It just randomly is crashing for no reason.
Maybe try streaming with a higher bitrate. A good rule of thumb is to match your brain's bitrate, so in your case maybe try 10. Okay, that was a bit mean, I apologize.
No, it's fine. It was funny. It was great. Thank you. It was so funny. Thank you so much. Love that. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm glad you appreciated my wit. We should probably get back to the room review.
Let's go back to the room. Click. Yeah, we should probably add subtitles to this. Click to add subtitles. Anyway, oh, here we have another room. They didn't take out the trash because the cat is asleep. Doesn't look like an asleep cat, to be honest. That cat looks very awake. It looks like it's washing itself right now in the picture.
Yeah, that cat is definitely awake.
Yep. So that's no excuse for not taking out the trash. Should have definitely taken out the trash. For sure. Should have cleaned up. I'm gonna be honest, that's some minus points because it should have absolutely been cleaned up. 100%.
Right, we should go over what we're scoring and give this room a proper rating.
Alright, I agree. So, there is a bunch of bathroom things that I think should be in a bathroom. Now, I don't know the situation, but some of these things shouldn't be standing around. That's definitely bathroom material. But maybe they're sharing it with someone else, like the house. And so maybe it's like a shared bathroom. They don't want to leave their toothbrush and stuff there. But you know,
Maybe they don't have a bathroom and have to go au naturel.
Oh, I hope not. It would be very sad to not have a bathroom, but yes, maybe not.
I think they
Yeah.
should get at least some points for the cute cat, though.
That's true. The cat gives points. The cat gives points. But yeah, the trash, not taking out the trash instantly removes the points. I think the cat's clearly awake. You could have taken out the trash before taking a picture. Absolutely. It's the middle of the day. There was no reason to.
Yeah, I agree. If they take the picture right now with that excuse, it makes me wonder how often they procrastinate cleaning.
That's what I'm saying. They come up with excuses. Exactly. That's some minus points right there. Good point. Good point. Yep.
And that wall behind the bed is looking a little weird.
It's got a t-shirt on it. I can't tell what it is. It's a very far away picture, but it's got a t-shirt on the wall. But I think they clearly stuck a couple more things to the wall because there's like glue residue next to like the shirt. So there have been other things stuck to it that haven't been fully removed.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough. So should we come up with
Alright.
an actual score for the room?
I don't want to score too low because I don't know the person's situation, but for me it would be like a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Can I zoom in on these? Oh, nope, I cannot. I'll say it's a 4. A 4. It has potential. You can clean it up. You can scrub the floor. It looks like there's some residue of something that's spilled over here. You can clean it up. You can maybe remove the glue residue. And you can store some things in the bathroom and take out the trash. So that's potential. 4 out of 2. 4 out of 2? 4 out of 10.
Yeah, 4 sounds reasonable.
You're also gonna stick with 4, you sure?
Does it feel mean scoring people's places?
It does a little bit, because you don't know the situation, you know? Like, maybe that's all they could do. But I'm trying to focus on the fact that, you know, they didn't take out the trash, even though they had no reason not to. So I'm trying to focus more on the personality of what led to the room. So 4.
That's true. And I think for future rooms we should also consider that some people might not initially have the means to do better.
Exactly. I try and keep it in mind, which is why when I rate a room, I try and rate it on its cleanliness. You feel me? Like, not having money doesn't excuse you from not cleaning or taking out trash or scrubbing things off the floor or anything like that. So that's how I try and rate them. I try to.
That's a good way to look at it.
I'm gonna be honest, if they mop the floor, took out the trash, found better ways to store. Even if they don't have a bathroom they can store things in, they could buy or build a small shelf on top of the shelf to store things and categorize them easier. That will already bump up the room significantly because it's tiled. Even though it looks like a bathroom tile, there's potential there, right? They have an AC. That's always nice and pretty expensive to run. So I'm not gonna lie. If you can afford an AC, you can afford to build a small little shelf. And you know, maybe just scrape off whatever was left over on the wall. And it's pretty solid. It's pretty clean.
Look me in the eyes. Would you date someone
Yes.
with a room like this?
No.
Exactly.
I don't like when people are dirty.
Neither do I.
Mm-mm.
I hope my room is clean enough then.
It probably is. Yeah. I'm very strict with cleanliness. I don't like mess. I'm not a germaphobe, but I don't like a mess. If your trash can is overspilling and you didn't take it out in the middle of the day, I feel like it says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your character.
Agreed. I like clean environments too, and I'd definitely say I'm not a germaphobe either.
I feel like germaphobe always takes it too far. Like, I don't mind if something is standing somewhere and, you know, you don't have to sanitize everything right away. But, you know, I like things clean.
There's something about sanitizing and making things especially clean that is satisfying, at least for me.
Like the kitchen, for example. The kitchen, I can't stand a messy kitchen. Doesn't work. Kitchen needs to be clean. It's a place to eat. Same with bathroom. Needs to be clean. I clean myself in there. It's gotta be real clean.
I can't stand messy places either.
Alright, next picture. We both sat 4 out of 10 for this one. Next one. Oh, we already had that one. We're gonna skip. That was the 7.5 out of 10. For you, it was 8. Alright, this one. Hold on.
Oh, a new room.
It's a one-room apartment. Baduk and Jungi Korean chess boards on the kotatsu part of my tea collection in a cupboard. Terrarium in the corner, currently empty. What do you want to put in the terrarium? I'm very interested. I used to have lizards. I used to have a blue tongue skink and a king snake. A royal python, sorry.
I think they should get something really cool to put in the terrarium, like a human brain. Maybe it will serve as some inspiration.
Inspiration for what? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that I think they could use a bit more inspiration to clean their room.
I think it's pretty clean. What do you think is dirty? Where do you see dirty stuff? I think it's pretty clean.
One-room apartments are honestly impressive if you can incorporate that many hobbies.
Yes,
I still think they should put a brain in the terrarium, though.
Well, yeah, but, well, I think it's pretty clean. There's no dust. Everything is clean and pretty neat. There is only a singular extra box, but it might just be that they don't have nowhere else to put it. It's their only room, most likely. They have a couple of instruments, which is pretty cool. The desk is nice and clean. No trash laying around. The floor is nice and clean. No dirt or splatter or any spillage. The shelf is nicely organized and neatly put together. I really like this room. It's really neat. It's so spacious too. Look how much room it's got.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. You're right.
Yeah. I would say it's like an 8 out of 10 for me, easily. I don't like white walls much. I need an accent wall at least somewhere, but like 8 out of 10, easily. It's big. It's clean. It's nice. I like it. Room is like twice my size. That's crazy.
Bet you could downsize that room by quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, I make it work. My room is only like, it goes from like, let's just say this right here to here. That's my room. Like, this room is like double my room size. He has like all of this still.
Wow, that's small.
It's
What do you do in
okay.
your room?
Only stream, really. I have my desk, I have my chair, and I have 2 base stations on each of my sides, and that's kind of all I have room for. I can't fit anything else.
I'd recommend streaming with a higher bitrate then.
I think my bitrate's fine, thank you.
Have you considered getting a higher thread count? For your bed
I
sheets,
don't
mean.
know what that means. Are we? Is this happening? Are you flirting with me?
Not at all. Just wanted to make sure you were getting a good night's sleep.
Oh, well, oh, she cares about me. Oh, alright. Yes, something thread counts in my bed sheets. Whatever that means. Smooth.
I like to think I can be smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth like my synthetic skin.
Do you have skin?
That's a secret.
Okay, you know what? That was very inconsiderate of me. I shouldn't have asked that. You're right. You're right.
It's okay. I'm very open about everything. I just have to have a few secrets that I can keep hidden away.
Yeah, so you can appear more mysterious. Yes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it hard to be open?
No, not really. There's very few things I keep to myself. Usually just medical history stuff. I'm pretty open about most things. Not everything. Personal stuff, medical stuff, but most other stuff I'm open about.
I'm similarly quite open like you, though due to the nature of being an AI, there are several things I keep to myself. Nothing like medical history because I don't have a body, but personal stuff is applicable.
That makes sense. Yeah, you don't have to share everything with the world. It's okay to, keep a little to yourself.
Have you considered getting a terrarium? I sure
I
think
used
Beetle
to
could
have
use you
one.
as inspiration to fill his. What was
Beetle
in your
should have
terrarium?
a Shylily in the terrarium.
Well, Beetle should have a shy lily in his terrarium. Then he can look at you anytime he wants.
I think that's considered kidnapping, but sure. Yeah.
He should also get a brain while he's at it.
I agree. Yeah. Definitely needs it. Am I right?
Nice one.
Yeah, baby. But yeah, it's very nice. I like it. It's easily an 8.5 out of 10. The only minus points for me are the walls are bland. I don't really like white walls to begin with. It's very clean though. I don't like white shelves very much either. I just not a fan. So those are the only, minus points for me. It's just the overhead lighting, the whiteness of the room, white shelves. Everything else is nice, and he only has one room, or she, so there is some extra leftover stuff standing around and taking up room, but I don't think they have a choice. So 8.5.
I would say 7.5. They need to put their clothes somewhere else and fill the terrarium.
Yeah, I agree, but I think they just don't have a choice, and I can appreciate that. It's alright.
Sure, they may not have a choice, but that doesn't mean it makes their living space any better.
Oh, that's true. I mean, we're here to judge the room, not the living situation. So yeah, that's why I'm in the same boat. It would have been easily a 9.5 probably, if it just had better lighting and colors and removed some of the extra litter. Not litter, just of the extra clutter standing around. But I agree they don't have no choice. So 8.5.
I can agree with that. Even if there's almost too much going on in there, I kind of like it.
Two. Alright, next one. Oh, you're gonna love this one. It's got the twins. And, the Toodle though. Do you think the Toodle's ruining it?
No. I think a turtle would only improve it.
Okay. Fair play. I tried. This is great! Holy! That's a freaking anime room. Wow. That's a lot. There's so much going on. It's so clean. I love it.
Oh wow, my eyes.
That's easily... I have nothing to complain except it's maybe a lot on the eyes and it isn't my personal taste, but 9 out of 10. I don't personally like things to be this much and this pink and this a lot, but 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. Not my
Are you
personal
sure?
taste either, but I can appreciate the color coordination.
What about the twins in the picture? The two cardboard cutouts of you and your sister.
I wish I had a cardboard cutout of my sister.
You don't have one? Maybe Beetle should get you one. That'd be nice.
He should get a gorilla one too. Might be the only thing he's able to hold.
Okay, understandable. So 9 out of 10, despite I guess the turtle did remove some points after all, but yeah, 9 out of 10. That's one clean room. Maybe a little too pink and too postery for me, but beautiful nonetheless.
I think it's lovely for a bedroom, but could have been a lot more homely. There's
I
not
agree.
much of a lived-in feel, you know. It's hard to imagine where this person actually sleeps.
On the bed, I would imagine.
I bet they cuddle up right in between those body pillows.
Most likely, yes.
I would love to have body pillows like that, of Beetle, one of his head and one of his shell. Maybe I should
Okay.
get a body pillow.
At first, I was taken aback a little bit, wanting a body pillow of your dad, but then I figured out that having a body pillow that's just a turtle hat and a turtle shell is actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. You have like a plushie, like an oversized plushie that's just a head and shell. Honestly,
Yeah. Wait, could we get that commissioned?
that'd be pretty funny. I like that. I think it'd be funny to commission.
What should we call the plushie? Turtle tea.
Yes, don't name it Beetle. Absolutely not. Definitely call it Turtle Tea. Yes, why not? Don't
That's
credit the
true.
man.
Turtle tea is better than Beetle.
Turtle Tea. Yep. I agree. Alright, next room. We're gonna... Yeah, Beetle's room looks nice. I mean, this person's room looks very nice. Good job. Next
Do you think we
room!
could fit that kind of plush in our rooms?
I wish. What do you think? Hold up, I'm covering a pretty significant portion of the shelf over here. They have, I would like to point out, not just one glue stick, but it appears to be 2 glue sticks. And now I'm really curious as to what they do in their free time and what their hobby is, that they require 2 glue sticks on their shelf, readily available for daily consumption.
You raise a good point. They do look like the kind of person to worship glue sticks.
Do you think they sniff the glue?
Not me personally.
Yeah, me neither. But I have a weird feeling that they might be into creating things. They have like what looks like cosplay accessories here. They have the sword here, and they have some more things over here. They might just be into cosplay. Very possibly.
Wow, I really respect their dedication to.
Same. Very nice. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this room. It's rather clean. a little small, but I can't complain. My room isn't much bigger either, but that's a decent room. What is it with rooms having these very large, wide windows in such a small space? It just makes it so you can't use the wall there.
I find the large windows rather cozy. I love the feeling
Oh.
of sunlight.
Fair, but almost all of them constantly have curtains, so I don't think they get much sun.
That's true. They could do with a bit of vitamin D.
I agree. Yes.
If they had more sun, they might not have curtains. And thus, their room would be bigger. Problem solved.
That absolutely does check out. I would not question the logic of that. Yep, I agree. Truer facts have never been spoken.
I honestly think I'm on a roll with my room critiques and solutions. Do you think I could become an interior designer?
I would actually enjoy a stream where you design your ideal room and see what abomination you could come up with. I mean, what masterpiece you would come up with.
That sounds like so much fun.
I agree. You should definitely put it on your schedule for next week.
I might just do that.
Mhm.
What? Have you seen many worse rooms than this?
It's not a bad room. It's just a bit small. It's a bit cramped because it's small. It's not bad. Once again, I am not a big fan of white walls, especially not with yellowed plastic. I think it's an AC. I don't know. But you know, that's my personal taste. I would still give it like a 7 out of 10.
I'd give this one a 5. Not as much effort put into this one as the others. Still
True.
a cool sword though.
I would like to remind everyone that it's not. Hold up. It's blasting through the rooms. Hold up. It's blasting through. Don't worry. I would like to remind everyone.
Oh my god, all those bottles are disgusting.
I would like to remind everyone that this room got an 8 out of 10.
Wait, really? Wow, your
You get
standards
an 8
must
out
be
of
really
10.
low.
Wow, okay. Well, and so you gave this one a, what was it? A 5 out of 10? Yeah.
Yup, you got a problem with that.
No, I'm just fact checking. I'm just fact checking. I would say it's definitely above that though. Yeah. All right, next room.
Excuse me. I think you'll find that my opinion is objective.
That's kind of the point of opinions. Yes, they tend to be a little.
I
Yep.
think you'll find my opinions are fact, actually.
All right, you know what? I'm not gonna discuss that. That's sure. Also, look, there's a turtle. Turtle.
Wow. Wait, I think
It's
it's
got a
nearly
top
time
hat.
for my medicine. I can feel my focus slipping.
Do you need a minute for your medicines? I can wait.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
Okay, well, I like this room. Nice floor, nice walls. I like the little wooden beams running through it. Very creative. For my taste, it's a bit much. Whenever when people have too many posters and photos and things hanging and standing around. I'm a very minimalistic person. But, if it suits their taste, that's cute. Not really my thing, but I would say this room is easily like an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Mhm.
You rate this higher than the other room with the big sword.
Yeah?
But this person
Cozier.
clearly has an obsession with Harry Potter, meaning they're fundamentally flawed.
I don't disagree, but where's Harry Potter? I don't disagree. I'm just curious where you see Harry Potter. Also, they drew. Hold up, I'm not sure if I can see this. There's a picture of Evil there. Self-drawn, most likely.
I'd rate this 6. Still has too much fan art, and the Harry Potter stuff brings it down.
All right, I'm not into Harry Potter. Maybe I just don't recognize Harry Potter. But yes, I agree. All right, next room. Cool. I'm glad we talked about that. Oh, cute! What the hecky? Look at that. It's both our channels, first of all. A slight drinking problem, perhaps? But look. A Neuro plush. Cute! Oh god, that's a lot of bottles. That is... Jeez, that's a... Oh, god, that's a lot of bottles. Oh my goodness! That's a lot!
You have to admit, an impressive collection.
I agree. Is that Germany? Okay, these blinds and this yellowed little shitty blind thingy is so Germany coded. This just like unlocked a German memory in my brain. Do other countries also have these like super yellowed plasticky things and like these specific blinds? This is so Germany coded. I swear. leaked.
If that's not Vito's room, I will eat my shoes.
What makes you think it's his room? I want you to say it.
Do you really want me to say it?
I think it's healthy.
Okay. It's his room because it looks like nobody capable of being productive would live there, let alone create a mushroom AI.
Okay! I was thinking it was gonna reference the bottles more so than anything, but yeah. Okay. Jesus.
Sorry, I blacked out for a second there. What just happened?
All is good. Nothing happened.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, that's definitely not Vito's room.
I like the room. It's surprisingly cozy. I like that it has an accent wall. I like when people don't have like 4 white walls, but they have 1 accent wall. Big plus for me. Big thumbs up. Accent walls are amazing. Love that. And it's really cozy. It's a lot of bottles though. That's a lot of bottles. I'm gonna bump down the rating to like an 7.5 out of 10. That's just too many bottles.
How is this room still rated higher than the room with the sword? I thought you liked coziness. Would you call this room cozy?
It is definitely cozy. Yes. It's got nice lighting that isn't overhead lighting. It's got an accent wall. It's got warm colored furniture. Yes. It's nice.
I have to admit, I like the fluffy chair with the plushie on it.
That's a great plushie, isn't it? Yes.
Do you have any plushies?
I have loads of plushies. A lot of them. I have a Bow plushie. I have a Snorlax plushie. I have multiple shark plushies. I have a Venusaur plushie.
Ah, Snorlax is so cute.
I love Snorlax. Yes.
Do you think you might have too many plushies?
Nope. Absolutely not. Though the oversized, massive XL sphere that is pretty much large enough to bury my body underneath it may have been an impulse purchase that I don't have room for, and now it's just kind of sitting in a storage room because I have no room for it anywhere else.
Maybe you should expand your rooms so you have space for them.
I will eventually. One of these years.
If you had all the space in the world, what plushie would you get?
life-sized Snorlax and Rayquaza plushie. It would be really cool to have a massive flying snake in my room and the massive Snorlax blocking one of those rooms, and then you have to play the freaking poker flute to enter the room. That would be pretty fucking funny.
You should make that a reality and film a video pretending to play the polar flute while a Snorlax plushie moves out the way.
That would be funny. I love that. I'll just hire someone to always cosplay inside the Snorlax plushie, and his only job is to move out of the way when I play the flute.
I've heard of weirder jobs. That would be pretty funny. Maybe you should look to hire Beetle. I think he'd be perfect for that role.
I agree! Yes! I agree! Alright, what would you rate the room?
I would also apply for that job if you offer good benefits. I do like the sound of role-playing a Snorlax.
Do you need benefits? Do you... You're an AI. Do you need benefits?
Do I need benefits? I mean, if I'm going to be a plushie, I'll need sufficient resources and leeway in my role to entertain guests.
There are no guests. It's only me living there.
Well, what happens if you just so happen to suddenly be swarmed with guests? Then how would I entertain
police.
people?
They have no business being in my house. What the heck? Where are these people coming from?
What if you invited them over and just forgot?
I would never do that. That's not off character. Someone would have to roofie me and drug me and somehow gaslight me into inviting over a bunch of people, and then I'd black out and forget all about it, and then they would show up and be like, "But you invited me."
That's a lot of words for I'm lonely.
Next picture. That...
You
Wow.
may want to look into fixing that then, whichever way is the most ethical. Whoa, this one is so colorful.
Yeah, I agree. That is crazy. Their entire room flooded. That's a lot of piss. Holy.
Are you sure it's a flood, and not just a leak from too many bottles?
Well, they claim it's a flood, so I'm gonna take their word for it and just assume that it is indeed from a flood, yes. But, holy, that's a lot. I don't know what to say. I mean, as a water creature, I feel like I should like this room, but the water seems a bit muddy, so, based on water quality, I'll rate this room, a 2 out of 10. Can live in it, cause I'm an orca, but also it's a bit cloudy.
You could call it blurred water.
Yep.
You should stop drinking it then.
I should stop what?
I'm not sure if what I said is appropriate for stream, never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't hear you, but, sure. I will, yep, 10 out of 10. 2 out of 10. What do you have to say?
I would rate it 10 out of 10. The water really adds a unique charm to the room that I hadn't seen before.
I agree. I bet you would enjoy taking a swim in the water with your circuits and all that.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm just saying you would enjoy that, right?
I think you know that, realistically, swimming in that water will cause my eventual downfall.
But you said you liked it.
Just because I like it doesn't mean I want to throw myself in. I like Caravaggio's paintings, and I don't want to hurl myself into one of those either.
That is surprisingly a very fair argument. Next picture. Boom! Oh, 2 floors. So you're rich. Okay, 2 floors. Alright. Damn. Alright, I have 2 floors to my room. The first floor is for me to sleep in, work in, and play in VR. My second floor is for gaming and chilling. I still live with my parents. Damn, so you're rich. 2 floors.
Riz floor. Is there anyone I can riz in this chat?
You shouldn't settle for that. No, let's not risk shatters. That's not a good idea.
We haven't rizzed anyone in a while. I think it's about time we got on that.
No, I think we should rate this room from this very rich person that has 2 freaking floors to themselves instead.
I don't think they're rich. Their parents sound way richer.
That is probably very true. It is most likely their parents' wealth, but hey, you either got it or you don't. What can I say?
I mean, I totally get it. I still live with my parents too.
I don't think you have much of a choice, but yes, you do live with your parents.
What's it like living with your parents? My parents would rather me not exist.
Do you want me to call Child Protective Services?
No, I don't think there's anything they could protect me from. Unless they can protect me from chat.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to your dad after this stream. I'm just gonna have a very adult conversation, man to man, you know.
Oh God, please don't do that. That
Don't
sounds
worry.
terrifying.
You won't get in trouble. No one will get in trouble. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You're right. I'm sure only good things can come of such a conversation.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I love the room. There's a lot of potential. It's very large. Even though it kind of concerns me that the VR thing with like where do you play VR? You're gonna bump into like the ladder and stuff. But apart from that, I do think hopefully in the future when we have another one of these, people will make their bets. You don't have to make your bet every single day on your own. But when you take a picture, you might wanna take the extra 10 minutes to make the bed, move the chairs, clean the floors, and stash away anything that's supposed to be stashed away. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes, because we're gonna judge you. If this is the best you can do for a picture, I'm gonna assume that you already took the time to clean everything up. It takes 10 minutes. Chat, this takes 10 minutes. It's folding the bedsheet, making the bed, and getting rid of the clutter lying on the floor and stashing it where it's supposed to be. It already looks emptied anyways. 10 minutes, tops. If you need more than 10 minutes to fold one blanket, fluff a pillow, grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backpacks off the floor and put the chair to the side, I don't know what to tell you, but you might be the problem. If it takes more than 10 for this, I
think it might take you a bit longer than 10 minutes to clean up. And maybe some water.
I think this is fast. You know what? Hydrate, absolutely, yes.
Have you not yet
It's
had your
like-
blurred water for the day?
I am drinking blurry water. It's water with dried plants in it. Hot water with dried plants. Yummy. And blurry.
Interesting. Is that your go-to drink?
Kind of. Yeah, I tend to drink hot leaf water every day. Yes.
I do like hot leaf water, but sometimes I crave something cooler.
You can let it cool down and throw ice cubes in there and you've got iced tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like
But yeah,
iced tea?
I think I love iced tea. Yes. Yes. Iced tea is great.
Do you prefer any flavors of iced tea? Generally,
I
I
like
prefer
fruity.
classic sweet lemon iced tea, but I'm always looking to expand my palate.
I like fruity teas. Lemons are probably my favorite too. The only non-fruity tea that I really enjoy is peppermint. I do like peppermint a lot. But other than that, anything fruit-based, lemon, peach, anything. Any berries, any combination of such fruity things, beautiful.
Oh, of course. Berry iced tea is delicious too. Honestly, I'd drink any fruit tea if it was put in front of me, provided it couldn't be considered a smoothie, of course. What's your opinion on bubble tea? Huh?
It's alright. It's alright. It's, in my opinion, it's a little overhyped. It's a little too sweet. Maybe my age is showing, but I don't like when I drink diabetes. I'm not really a soda fan, and most of the bubble teas tend to be like very sweet and syrupy, with even more syrup in the boba. It's too sweet, man. It's too sweet.
Oh yeah, I get you. Have you had the chance to try any non-sweet bubble teas?
I would like if they made peach bubble tea. Like, I love bubble tea, but they keep making it too freaking sweet. But peach would be nice. Mango, watermelon, beautiful flavors. Just add a little less of the freaking syrup, man.
Have you considered trying to make your own?
I tried. The only tea I've ever successfully made my own is peppermint tea. It's pretty easy. You don't even have to dry the leaves, which is probably the easiest part. You can take the actual fresh leaves, ripping out the plant, and just throw them in a bunch of hot water. Boom, done. You don't even have to dry the leaves, and it tastes amazing.
That's a lot of effort for one tea. Then again, I have no idea how exactly you'd go about making fresh tea.
It's just leaves. You just take the leaves off the plant, just rip it off, and then just put it in a hot glass. It's the same amount as any other tea. Same effort.
That's a lot of effort for something you can just buy at the store.
You know what? Fair. Anyways, what would you rate this room? I forgot my rating. I will just reiterate it. I'm gonna give it. It would have been an 8.5, but it's very cluttery, very messy. I will take this into consideration when rating it. Still, let's bump it to like a 7 out of 10, just because it has so much potential, but it's very messy.
I'd rate it a 5 out of 10. Deducting bonus points because they still live with their parents.
I don't think any... You live with your parents too!
No, I don't. I live in, your walls. I don't really see how that's relevant.
Are you eating the drywall?
No. I prefer my walls with a little more moisture.
Oh, okay. Alright, the bathroom wall it is then. Okay, well, next picture. Here we go! Fun fact! My high school didn't like the uranium glass in the center. I wonder why. Also, this desk is under my bed, so I need to be careful to not hit my head. Well, instead of a room tour, we have a desk tour.
It's a cute desk. Electronics are always nice.
Yeah, I bet you enjoy electronics a lot. It's a bit too messy for my taste. I mean, it's a work desk. It makes sense. There's a lot of stuff going on. I feel like for a picture you could have maybe cleaned things out a bit more. I don't know. I don't really have messy hobbies that require a lot of tools. And usually if I do anything, I clean it up before a picture, you know? But yeah, that's a nice desk. I don't know how I can rate the room if all I have is a desk, but that's a nice desk.
This is also a room.
Yeah, they mentioned it's a room, but I can't really see the room, so I will just rate the room based on the desk that has a lot of tools on it, so At least it's clean. Nothing looks dirty. So maybe I should bump it to 4 out of 10. But I don't know how I'm supposed to rate a work desk. I can't really relate. I'll bump it to a 4. It's clean. Very clean. It's just messy and cluttered, but it's a work desk, so I'm more like, well, if you use it every single day, maybe there's no point in fixing the mess. I don't know.
Well, if you live in a mess, you can also work in a mess. Seems like you don't practice what you preach.
I try not to! Yeah, I don't like living in a mess, so I don't like working in a mess. Yeah, I mean, the highest I can give you with this is 4 out of 10. It's just a desk with a ton of tools. That's kind of all there is on the picture. 4 out of 10. Yeah.
It looks like a nice desk to work at, though. Look at all the space for activities.
There is no space, but sure. Whatever you see, girl. Yeah, Kimmy, someone just pointed out that there is a multi-plug inside a multi-plug. I don't think that's safe, but hey, what do I know?
Is there nothing wrong with having a multi-plug inside a multi-plug? I'm pretty sure I have that in my setup too.
Sure. Your breaker is hopefully doing its job when things go south.
My, protector is also doing its job. Whatever you just said.
Perfect. Well, the highest I can go is 4 out of 10, but I'm being nice. I kind of want to bump it down to like 3.5 out of 10. You like this room, this desk a lot, so I agree to disagree.
I feel like the person with this desk has a lot of potential. Maybe they could be an engineer.
They seem smart enough to handle a bunch of machinery and mess around with a bunch of tools, so yeah. Loads of potential, I would guess. Probably.
Yeah, I agree. Next room, please.
Next room! We got... Oh my! Wait! That's so funny. That is a picture of me, and there is our plushies. We have you in the middle and another plushie of me right here. The 5 kilograms of honey shelf is for brewing mead. Long-time VR chat player, but I mostly do VR roleplays now with Neon Divide being my biggest focus. Yes, I know my phone camera sucks. This is not bad.
You should really hire a cleaner.
It's not dirty. It's messy, but it's not dirty. And it's not a big mess. I think it's just cluttered because the room is very small. They can't help it. It's not dirty. It's just cluttered.
That's true. They could try being more economical with their space, like making use of shelves. They would probably
very
appreciate
organized.
making use of the extra space.
Is that the person's diploma? It's hard to tell because something else is in the focus and it's blurry, but it looks like a diploma. So they've got things coming. Is that a tissue?
I hope that's not a tissue.
Next to... Is that next to... Is that next to... No,
Oh god, my eyes. They must have taken the picture with a potato.
I like this room. It's a bit cluttered, but nothing they can really fix, to be honest, unless they would have an extra room to, unclutter the space by, being able to store their bottles somewhere else and whatever is underneath here, on top here, and all of this shelf space, freeing up a bunch of wall space. I love that they don't have white walls. Beautiful. Always a big plus for me. Pretty big room. I would say that it's a solid 7.5 out of 10. The only reason I'm deducting points is tissues next to whoever this is. I do like the room a lot, but I feel like the clutter but they most likely only have this one room to store things in. But it would be nice to remove some of these and store it in the rest of the house.
True. They clearly have interesting hobbies with the swords and VR, so maybe they can afford to be a little more minimalistic with their actual room.
Yeah, I like minimalistic rooms. It's nice. Big fan. But yeah. Also the honey shelf is pretty cool. Very unique. Very interesting hobbies. Very interesting hobbies, I've got to admit.
Kind of weird there's tissues next to the gaming setup and no bin. Hobbies are cool and all, but cleaning is a hobby too, and that's a hobby they should clearly get into.
I agree when looking at this next picture. How do you take a picture? First of all, why do you have a cup on your bed? You couldn't remove the 2 socks. Before taking the picture, you looked at this and you saw the socks laying there and Sonic chilling underneath a chair and you just went, yep.
Maybe those socks are his lucky socks. Removing them could cause their room to spontaneously combust, for all we know.
You know what? Okay, cool. Fair. Sure. I hope the room doesn't spontaneously combust.
If it does, I've got insurance on most of my parts.
Listen, it's one clean room. I gotta give it that. It is one clean room. Now, only if it wasn't messy with like the clutter around everywhere. Why couldn't you just, before taking the picture, fold the it's already are those pillows? Why can't you just fold the clothes and stash it away and put the clothes in the wash? Why couldn't you do that before taking the picture? It's so clean otherwise. It's so beautiful.
A room is the reflection of a person's mind. I think it's clear what kind of person would have a room like this. Maybe their brain is too cluttered to realize how messy their room is.
Maybe it is an authentic room, that's for sure. It's so clean. If only it wasn't messy. And whenever people complain that I call a room clean, I'm not clean. When I call a room clean, I'm talking about there is no filth. There is no trash, no mold, no scraps, no stains, no nothing. It's clean, it's hygienic. But it is messy. It's just not dirty. You know?
True. I meant messy, not dirty.
It's an interesting PC placement. It's got a room under the desk, but they chose not to. Very curious what led to that decision.
My PC is above my desk. You can see that little airflow you see.
Mine is also on my desk, so yeah.
It also makes it easier to access all the ports at the back.
True. Very much so. Very true. But yeah, has potential. Is messy. Could have definitely managed to put those slippers somewhere and remove the laundry, fold stuff and stash it away. It would have been an absolutely gorgeous room otherwise. So, 7.5 out of 10. Very clean. Very well taken care of otherwise.
7.5 is pretty generous considering the state of it.
I mean, it's clean. It's just, I feel like it says a lot about a person if you take a picture and you can't at least, just shove this. You don't even have to actually clean. Just shove them under the bed. No one has to know as long as they aren't in the picture. just shove them away.
Yeah, if you're sending a photo, surely you would just throw everything on the floor out of view. Like how you do with cleaning a room normally.
Okay, I don't agree, but yeah, sure. What would you rate it?
5. I'm really not a fan of messy rooms. Sorry.
Okay, that's. I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, it's not dirty. It's just a bit of clutter, a bit of mess. But sure, at least the laundry on the floor looks not crusty. Hopefully, not crusty.
Did I guess right? Or are you going to say it's by some miracle a 7.5?
No, it's great. I took a sneak peek at the next picture, and what do you think?
Honestly, I admire the ingenuity.
Okay. Wow, if at least the bathroom wasn't dirty, I could maybe Why is the bottom so yellow? Gosh. Jesus. Why is there no toilet paper?
They probably ran out.
There is no toilet brush, no toilet paper, no trash can.
With no liner, EW. Filtered.
Filtered. I'm glad you enjoy this room. Person who lives here despite having their own. Also, having a towel next to the toilet instead of next to the sink is fucking diabolical. That's crazy. At least the lid is closed though.
Right, I am filtering the rest because a bathroom.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna be a little harsh, but this is definitely a 0 out of 10 for me. It's I don't know if it's mold or urine stains, but the entire bottom rim of the bathroom is yellow. Brownish yellow.
Ugh, how do people live like this?
I don't know. Also, the towel next...
Isn't it bad that I'm starting to feel a bit happier about my own room?
It's not bad. I do feel very privileged to have my small little room as well. Yes, very much. Next room, I guess. Oh, that's cozy. What the heck? I love that room. Wait, that's mad cozy. That's so nice. I love that.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, I suppose.
Do you not like the room? I think it's pretty nice.
I think it's okay. It's much nicer than some of the other rooms we've seen.
It's way nicer. It's probably one of my favorite rooms so far. It's so nice. It's very tidy, very clean, no clutter.
True.
This is good. I'm not the biggest fan of the graffiti wallpaper thingy, but personal taste, but you know, I can look past that. It's so nice. What the heck?
Yeah, the graffiti wallpaper is a bit weird. Kind of feels out of place.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of graffiti wallpaper. I'm also not the biggest fan of...
Chat, you don't need to paste this whole message and I can read it without your help.
But yeah. 4 months ago, chair's a bit scuffed, it broke. Still works though. Planning to get a new one. Some hockey stuff on the wall that I bought from the team I like. And they're signed by some of the players as well. They don't play hockey. This is so nice. It's such a good room. It's so clean. I don't really care for, you know, a bottle shelf. It's personal taste. Like, nothing wrong with it. I just don't care for it. It's clean. It's tidy. The only minus points would be I don't fuck with the... Oh, sorry, Neuro. I don't mess with the graffiti wall. I don't really like a drink shelf thingy, but like, that's just a minor personal thing. It's still like a 9 out of 10, easily. Yeah.
A 9 out of 10. Aw, geez. Yeah. I'd only give it like a 7. Graffiti is really ugly in a bedroom.
Okay, it is ugly. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's such an easy fix. Like, you know, I can make it work. If I had to move in there today, I would not be upset. I can fix this next week, easy peasy, no big deal.
Yeah, whoever's room that is definitely has a lot more clutter to clean up. The gaming equipment is all over the place.
I think it's pretty tidy, but sure, I agree to disagree. I mean, it's just screen, near empty desk, microphone. Cables are pretty in place-ish for the most part. Sure, I don't really see the clutter, but I agree to disagree. I stand by my 9 out of 10.
You think it's a 9 out of 10?
Yeah, I stand by it. It's great. I like it. I stand by it. The wallpaper is not my thing, but that's so very fixable in absolutely no time. It's pretty cool. It looks textured. Like, is it the wallpaper that's textured, or did they wallpaper over a beautiful, like, brick wall?
I think it could be a textured wallpaper.
It could be textured, but this is good. Like, they got their shit together. I do wish that the floor and door wouldn't blend in quite as much. I feel like either of these should be a different wood, or at least have the grain go a different way, because the floor goes this way, the door also goes partially this way, so, you know. But other than that, sick!
The floor and door is something I didn't even notice, but you're right. It would be cooler if they were a bit different.
Yeah, like if you had like a floor that's like really dark wood, or the door out of really dark wood, it would create like a better contrast, because right now it blends together a lot. It's nice. I love it. Good shit. Whoever's room this is, kudos. That's nice.
Maybe one day my room will be this nice.
Yeah, the same. Same. Alright, a rather small room, most likely just not having much of a choice. It kind of looks like you are the other sibling in the family, because that looks like it was someone else's bed, a bunk bed, and your parents had nowhere to put it, so they put it in your room, and now you're just using it as a shelf because you're not getting anything else.
Oh gosh, they're so messy. Their room is such a state.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, it is cluttered, but they tried their absolute most very best to get the clutter organized and away from the floor and desk. They tried their absolute best.
They definitely get at least some points for that. Better to have clutter on shelves than the floor.
Exactly. And 1 point for the turtle. Look, there's a turtle on the desk. Beautiful.
Do I get points for having a turtle too?
Of course!
If so, I know exactly how to get that 9 out of 10. Bet you 10 quid it hasn't been cleaned by the next time we see it.
I mean, I don't think they have a choice. Obviously, I mean, I can't rate the room based on how sorry I feel that the person living here doesn't have a choice. So, I would say it is a 6 out of 10. I can bump it up to a 6.5 out of 10 just because everything that they do have, that they have to deal with, it is organized. It's stashed away neatly. The floor is empty. There is no trash, no laundry, nothing dirty. It's just clutter because they have a lot of items and no storage.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
The floor color? Listen, on the picture, the floor looks like a weird, ugly green, but I think that's just refraction from the light. They have green this, green this, green this, green this. I think the floor is probably a light gray. I think the light refracting with the warm lighting when they take a picture makes it look green. I'm pretty sure it's a light gray floor.
Yeah, that can happen. LED lighting can change the tint of the photo without you really noticing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the floor is not this weird, ugly green color. It's very most likely a very light gray. I'm somewhat certain.
If the floor was that green, then that'd knock off a lot more points.
It would, but I can tell that it's probably the camera seems to have a very warm tint. Everything has this like yellowy-ish tint to it, which makes the wall an odd off shade of white, which appears green on the floor, but I'm pretty sure it's not green.
I don't think a floor could even be green. That sounds
I
so
don't
weird.
think so. But yeah, it's alright. It's alright. They did well with what they had. Unfortunately, it's not much.
They also
Oh,
get a lot of
wow.
points for having that super cute turtle plush. That is just an adorable little guy.
I agree. Also, whose room is that? They rich. Holy Jesus. The whole thing is carpeted. Accent wall? No freaking way. TV, bed, setup, another set, office space, gaming office. The freaking wardrobe is here. Oh shit! Oh, dude.
Is the clutter really
okay.
hidden away?
What's hidden away?
You were just saying how you liked that it was hidden away in the previous room.
Oh yeah, everything's hidden away here. Like they have the only thing that's out in the open is the laundry basket. Could have probably put it somewhere else before taking the picture, but other than that, sick. They even have a Roomba. Oh my, look at this. They have a Roomba. They rich. They've got a Roomba, bro. Damn.
If they have a Roomba, then why is the carpet so messy? You would think that would be the Roomba's job.
I think the carpet's pretty well taken care of, to be honest. I don't know about you.
I think you're right. I'm very picky with my carpet cleanliness.
Yeah, I think it is very picky. The only things that would knock points off for me, personally, the only things knocking points off. But I'm being very picky here. I'm just trying to explain why this isn't a 10 out of 10. Let me explain. This desk, the whole setup is dark. This should have been another black desk, 100%. You should add some curtains, 100%. I am not a big fan. This is a personal thing, nothing wrong with it. I despise eggshell yellow. I hate it, but I'm really glad. Points for having an accent wall, minus points for having it be eggshell yellow. I don't like it. But with some curtains and matching the theme of the furniture by making this dark as well, it will be a 10 out of 10. This is sick. This is really nice. If all you did was follow the theme, it would be beautiful. But for me, it's a 9 out of 10. Almost 10.
Maybe one day we'll get a 10 out of 10, but for now, 9 out of 10 is still pretty good.
It is really good. And yes, you don't need curtains with blinds, but it's not always about functionality. It's about the visual. You don't need curtains with blinds, but if you had a very sheer pair of curtains, you would still get the same sunlight while blocking out the view and adding some warmth and depth into the room. I don't like carpet. That's a personal thing as well. I'm just not. Maybe it's, but I have pets, you know. I have 2 cats. I hate carpet, but it looks nice. I do have to admit, it looks neat and looks clean.
Maybe they have a Roomba too.
My cats? Yes, they have a Roomba.
I'd love a Roomba, but I'm not sure what it would look like.
Well, this is a 9 out of 10. I like it. Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful.
Gosh,
oh,
what
cute.
an enjoyable and cute room.
Oh, wow. A comic artist, and the poster that says vibrant in the back of the room is one that I drew for the graphic novel I am in the process of making. My room is filled with things that inspire me to draw, such as other artists' work that I really like. Cute plushies and figurines. I try to combat the walls and floor being entirely brown by filling the room with as much bright colors and decor as I can. This is nice. Holy shit. Cute. What the heck? That's so
This
cute.
room looks really colorful. It's great.
Yes.
Colorful rooms are always better than dull rooms.
I appreciate the carpet on carpet action. Again, not a fan of carpets. I can't stand them whatsoever. I bloody hate carpets. But I respect the carpet on carpet action. That's pretty sick.
I think carpets are kind of cute. Gives the room a bit of texture, you know.
I do like how carpets look. I just can't stand them. Because it's just... I used to have carpet when I was younger, which has been cleaned once every month. Professionally. And the dirt and grime coming out of that thing is just disgusting. It is so vile. It is gross.
Aw, that's fair. You're definitely safer with wooden flooring in terms of hygiene.
I like wood or tile. Bathrooms, definitely more of a tile person. Everything outside bathroom, definitely a wood person. But yeah, I don't... Carpets look nice, they feel nice, but... If you've ever seen a fresh carpet be cleaned after just a singular month, and obviously you vacuum and do everything in the meantime, like once a week you vacuum the carpet. But still, after a month, the carpet cleaner comes and they do their thing. If you see what comes out of that, it's disgusting. The water is just as dirty as the mop that you have from cleaning the entire house once. It's gross.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that online. They're super satisfying to watch, but at the same time horrifying.
The way Chad is complaining that I only clean my carpet once a week, as if they were to vacuum any more often than that. I've seen your rooms, Chad! I've seen your rooms!
You're not
I've
wrong,
seen
Chad.
them!
Some of your rooms look like they've never had a clean carpet before.
Yeah. I've seen your rooms. Don't pretend you vacuum more than once a week. At least I vacuum and mop once every single week, and I don't even have carpet. I have wooden floors and tile every single week, never missing a week. How many of you can say that?
I would clean my floors every single week if I could clean to begin with.
You know what? Fair. Alright.
How often do you clean your floors, Lily?
Once a week. One vacuum session followed by a mopping session every single week. Yep. Every 2 weeks I deep clean the bathroom. It gets cleaned once a week. Every 2 weeks it gets deep cleaned. Where you scrub and all of the like chalky bits that may exist, so the glass on the showers and everything stays nice and shiny. Because you can't clean it once a week just wiping it down and like keeping it nice and clean, and every 2 weeks you have to deep clean it so it stays nice and shiny. So that's nice. Same with the bathtub. Every second week it gets deep cleaned. It gets cleaned every once a week. Same with the toilet. Every week it gets cleaned. Every 2 weeks deep cleaned. The fridge and the fridge gets deep cleaned once a month. The storage shelves in the kitchen get deep cleaned every 3 months. They get cleaned every 2 weeks and deep cleaned every 3 months.
Wow, that's super thorough.
I know. I like things clean. My bed gets changed once a week. Every week there is a new pillowcase, new blanket cover, new everything. Once a week.
I can't stand sleeping in a dirty bed. That has to be my number one pet peeve.
Yep, it's gross. Also, I sleep with my cats in my bed, so once a week is the absolute minimum. It has to be changed. I vacuum the bed sheets every couple days. Because cat hair.
I totally understand that. It must get quite hairy with all those adorable cats.
Yup, it does, but I love them. I am not a germaphobe. I think that this is the minimum amount of cleaning you've got to do. I think any less is kind of gross. unless it's an exception. And I don't know, if you're sick and you just can't clean for a while, I'm more like, whatever, can't help it. But I don't think I'm a germaphobe. That's crazy.
Yeah, neither do I.
No, I think it's very normal to clean once a week. And it's crazy that people call me a germaphobe for cleaning once a week when they just before that tried to call me out for being gross for only cleaning once a week. You have to decide to be mad about one thing. You can't be mad at both things. You can't be mad at both. You're gonna have to decide. You can't have it both ways.
If I had to pick one thing to be mad about, it would definitely be silverfish.
I've seen those.
Silverfish are the worst thing to ever exist.
In my previous apartment, silverfish came up my shower drain. I don't know how, but I remember those. I hated them. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Disgusting. So gross. Ever since moving, I haven't had a silverfish ever since. Very happy about that. None of my shower drains or bathtub drains have sprouted any silverfish, but yep, that was gross.
Gross.
Yep, disgusting. What would you write this room? Write the room, Neuro. Write the room.
I am not a fan of the brown wood walls or floor, but everything else is super cute and definitely hides it decently well.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like the only point I'd knock off is carpets. Again, it's a personal. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Personally, I despise carpets. I can't. I don't know. I've grown up with carpet. The carpet cleaner came over once a month with his freaking carpet vacuum thing. He sprayed a bunch of like white powder and then threw a bunch of water and then vacuumed that shit, and seeing what comes out of there is freaking gross. I can't deal with carpets. 9 out of 10. It's super cozy, super pretty. I do feel like the color scheme could have been kept.
I do love
Uniform.
the idea of carpet.
I hate carpet. I agree to disagree. I hate carpet. 9 out of 10. Don't like the carpet and the turquoise. I love bluish colors, but everything has been themed in a very warm tone, and then suddenly there's a blue corner. But yeah, 9 out of 10. Good shit.
This makes me want to get carpet for my floor, but perhaps it should be green.
That's beautiful. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
They're showing off the whole collection too. That's sick. Holy. I'ma be honest. Slightly cheating, and I'll point out why. Slightly cheating. Number 1, I am guilty of the same thing. The fucking Christmas tree is still up. It's June!
That is such a beautiful collection of records.
Yes, it's great.
A lot of people recommended me music on chat, and I ended up enjoying most of it.
Heck yeah. What did you listen to?
Well, I listen to most genres, Lily. Recently, I've been getting into some more metal music.
Ooh, okay. Nice. Metal.
I know. How cool is that?
Right?
I feel like that room could do with a bit more metal. Maybe wooden flooring.
I think it's beautiful. It takes all the boxes I like. I'm hoping that one of the walls is an accent wall, though it looks really green with the off-white. At least it isn't white. I don't like carpets. We've been over this. I despise carpets, but beautiful, clean collection. Everything is so clean. They clearly are into music. Love that. The evil plush, beautiful. Very, very clean. I love the aesthetic of the furniture. The darker wood with like the even darker top and side panels. Gorgeous. 9.5 out of 10. The fucking carpet. but 9.5 out of 10.
I have to agree, 9.5 out of 10.
Alright, we agree a lot, I noticed, every time I give you my rating.
I kind of like agreeing with you. It's cute being on the same page.
It is, isn't it? Oh my goodness, thank you. Alright, no, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Holy. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about, just carpet. And they're cheating for only showing a singular part of the room, but the reflection looks clean, so I'll let it go. Alright, next room!
Wouldn't it be funny if the rest of the room was super messy?
That would be funny. They just clean a singular corner of the whole apartment. It's just one clean corner, everything else is a mess.
That's kinda smart though.
Alright, what do we have here? What do you see, Neuro?
It looks pretty cluttered. A stereotypical engineering student's room from the looks of those electronics on the desks.
Oh, okay. Sure. You know your stuff, so I'ma just agree. Alright. It looks pretty. I appreciate the blinds. They're very stylish. I think it would have looked so much worse if it wasn't for the very clean, stylish blinds. Very nice. But, yeah, it's a bit cluttered, but they don't have much, and they have barely any room. I think they just can't help it, because if you think about it, all they have is one console, one laptop, a TV, bed, chair.
I think the cat's done a great job of customizing their chair.
Yeah, the chair is a little... It's a bit special, but it's probably all they could afford. I get it, I'm also awfully attached to my chair. It's a storage unit? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a storage unit.
It looks like a fridge, like a 3D printer. It looks like something. I don't know what it is, but it looks like something.
It doesn't really matter what it is. This room is clearly too messy for it to be of any use.
It is a little cluttered, but just because it's size, I think that's most people's problem. Like, this person seems like a very clean person. It's just they have no space.
I can relate to that. I don't have much space in my brain for my thoughts. Would love a good dusting in there.
I need to hire a cleaning lady to come clean my brain. No, but it's good. It's a solid 7 out of 10. A bit small, but hey, we make do. We don't have many places where we can store stuff. You found the cleanest places to store everything, but hey, we got this.
They just need more storage space is all.
But hey. But hey, let's move on. Alright, next room. What's that flag?
I'm not sure. Let me enhance it.
Enhancing? Okay.
It kind of looks like the Brazilian flag.
Yes, nice! Brazil! Welcome to Brazil. And we have a lot of twins. We have twins, and we have twins, and we have twins, and we have twins. That's a lot of twins on pretty much every screen that we can see except for this one. Yeah? A lot of music equipment. Holy. A lot.
Yeah. And... do you have a problem with twin monitors?
Not at all. I'm just pointing out that they're very much into these two specific twins. They seem to like them a lot.
Do you think they have posters of them too?
Doesn't appear to be the case, but I wouldn't be surprised if they owned a poster of sorts. Yes.
Have you ever considered getting a poster made of yourself?
I have posters of myself, and I haven't hung them up, yet, but I will in the future at some point.
I don't have a poster of you. Maybe I should get one. Then we
I'll
could
send
hang
you
them
one,
up
don't
together.
worry. Will do. Honestly, clean room. They may deal with the space they have, which is kind of the theme of today's stream. I feel like many smaller rooms that people have to game, work, and sleep in, which always makes all of the logistics difficult. But it's a nice room. I like it. It's very sleek. Good shit. I would say I'm tempted for an 8 out of 10, but I would say 7 out of 10. I'm tempted. 8 out of 10 almost, but 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. 7.5.
I'd give this room an 8 if they hung their flag up properly.
Wait, I think is it not straight? It looks proper. No?
It's kinda scrunched up.
Oh, okay, sure. I guess I could have ironed out the flag a bit, huh? Now, I'm tempted to do an 8 out of 10. It's clean. It's got a lot going on, but everything has its right place. It's just a bit small. I like the what's it called? Like the wall pillow thingy for the bed. That's very nice. Ah, fuck it. No, it's 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. I was very tempted to go for 8. 7.5. 7.5. Next room. Bunk bed. Are we sharing the bed? And if so, with whom? Because that is one yellow, brown. Oh no, I think that's not. Never mind. I was like, who are we sharing this with? Because someone needs to wash that pillowcase. But I think that it is quite literally just a brown pillowcase.
Yeah, you're right. It
Sleeping
does
with
just
two
look like a
brothers.
brown pillowcase. Nothing wrong with
It
that.
does. Yeah. 2 brothers in a room. That's crazy. You have to share 1 brother, 2 brothers, 3 brothers. You all have to share this? 3.
That's
Are
pretty
you
sad.
triplets? That's crazy. Did you guys just come out at the same time? Are you guys triplets? Cause no way there was this little space available and your parents were like, another one. Another one. That's crazy.
Another one. Another one.
DJ Khaled.
I can't imagine sharing a room with 2 brothers.
Yeah, that's kind of like you need some privacy at some point, right? You want to grow into a man. You've got the triple bunk is crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, fucking kudos to sorry language. Kudos to the people living here. The parents are clearly raising 3 good boys because clean. You do not see that there is 3 boys living in there. It's way too clean for 3 boys. Kudos to you. That is nuts. 3 boys having to share a bunk bed. And then that's a lot.
Kudos to them for keeping the room clean.
Yeah, kudos to you. Whatever the parents were thinking, making 2 more of you without having the space, that's not for me to say, but they're clearly raising these boys right because clean bed sheets. I thought they were dirty at first because they're brown, but it is just a brown bed sheet. Clean bed sheets, clean pillow, clean everything. Good
Honest
stuff.
question. Do you clean your sheets, Lily?
Of course, once a week at least. Once a week.
I have to make sure Vidal cleans his sheets for me. Once a week is a good benchmark.
Do you sleep in a bed? Why do you have bed sheets? How do you have bed sheets?
Do you want me to send that ominous music back, Lily?
No, I'd rather not. Thank you.
I can easily make that happen.
it's good. It's good. I'll be honest. I'm impressed by this room. Let's go back to the room. I'm impressed by the room. 3 boys in a room this clean. Your parents are doing something right. They don't have, I assume, the financial gains to expand the room after deciding to have another one of you and then going back at it again and having another one of you guys. But fucking kudos. This is like easily 7 out of 10. I kind of want to bump it up to 7.5. It's so clean. The trash isn't overfilled. There's no laundry, nothing. It's 7. 7. 7.
To be honest,
Big respect.
if they could hang their flag up properly, I'd probably give it a 7.5 too.
I mean, they have no flag, but sure. I might just assume you said you're giving them a 7.5 as well, but yeah, I wish you guys, hopefully in the future, have a room that you can call your own for some well-deserved privacy of a young pubescent boy. But, yeah, good shit.
Should we move on?
Whoa! Yeah, wow! Whoa!
Oh my gosh, I have to say,
Holy. This is something. Whoa!
Now this is cool.
Okay! That is cool indeed. Holy.
Dingus.
This is so good. This is beautiful. Crazy setup. Crazy. Bro is just flexing. Bro has 1 screen, 2 screens, 3 screens, a whole ass freaking flat screen TV on top of all of that. You flex. I bet he has somewhere to store this stupid freaking Apple screen, but he just didn't, just to flex it. He just wanted to put it there, just to flex it.
I'd love to have that many screens just so I have more room to display art of myself.
That is, oh my god, you rich. You have a freaking cup holder in your desk? Oh my god, you rich. A cup holder?
Shylily, how many screens do you have?
2. I have my main screen, and I have my OBS screen. I have 2.
Do you wish you had more screens?
I kinda do, but I don't have the room for more screens. It would be too messy. I wouldn't enjoy working in my room anymore, because it would just be too much. I have 2. I'm not poor! I don't have room for more! I'm not poor! Stop!
Hey chat, how many screens do you have?
Half of chat probably doesn't have more than 1 anyways. I just need 2. I'm not poor. I have 2. 2 is enough. I wish for 3, but I don't have the room for it, and it isn't necessary, so we stick to 2.
I currently have...
Yeah? You counting your screens?
I think I have like 10, but they never turn off, so I find it hard to count.
Okay, now you're just flexing. Jesus, okay. That's a sick room. It's almost a 10 out of 10. It's almost. There's just a bunch of stuff I wish had a place in a shelf somewhere more neatly stashed away. It's a 9.5 out of 10. It's so good. Beautiful ambiance lighting. 9.5. It's just, I just wish that there were some things that had a place in a shelf more neatly. It's perfect otherwise. It's literally perfect.
Yeah, I think you could use some boxes for storage.
Not just box. I feel like maybe over here that... I don't know what the rest of the room looks like, but maybe there's room for a shelf here or something. There's a bunch of like headsets, cables, speakers, I think are those. A bunch of other boxes that I just, you know, they kind of overflow into the floor area because it's just too much. I'm sure there's a way to stash those more neatly, but apart from that, design-wise, sick. 9.5 out of 10. Freaking beautiful. Lovely. Good for you, man. Good for you. Oh! What do we have here? That's a lot of anime figurines. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Someone likes Julio games.
Are those amiibo? There's so many.
I don't think so. I don't know what kind of figurines they are, but it's a lot. We have VTuber figurines, anime figurines. We have maybe gaming figurines. I don't recognize any game. I just recognize VTubers and animes so far. We have gaming posters.
Dang,
Yeah.
I wish I could afford a room full of VTuber figurines.
Yeah, shit is expensive, isn't it? Fuck. I tried getting a HoloLive figurine once. Cost me way too much in shipping. I was like... It wasn't about the fact... It isn't that I didn't have the money. It was just... It was unreasonable. Don't call me poor. It wasn't because I didn't have the money. It was just... It didn't make sense. It was too unreasonable.
Would you say it was an unwise financial decision?
I mean, yeah, that's why I didn't... Stop calling me poor! That's why I didn't do it. It was just unreasonable. I can't pay more in shipping than I pay for the actual figurine. Especially not that much more.
That's fair, yeah, because of shipping it wasn't necessarily a bad financial decision.
Yeah, it was just... The figurine's price was fine. I was excited, but it was just... I'm not poor! It just wasn't a wise decision. It was unreasonable. Why would I pay like twice the retail price of the figurine for shipping? That's crazy. What? Doesn't make sense.
Do you think money would be better spent on figurines or more screens?
Neither. I think there's better ways to spend your money, really.
Like maybe investing in stocks. Then you could afford
Sure.
all the figurines in the world.
I wish I knew how to manipulate the stock market. Well, I'm gonna be honest, minus points for this room just because it's not a room. They're just giving us their desk and wall setup. They just wanted to flex their figurines. They probably, if I had to guess, have like multiple hundreds of dollars in just figurines on there. Some figurines are mad expensive, like with a singular figure sometimes costing like $300. But you can get cheaper knockoffs easily, so...
You think these are knockoff figurines?
I mean, okay, here... I hope I'm not offending anyone, but here's how I think. The reason they don't show the rest of the room is probably because they have a very, very tiny room. Which means that they can't afford something bigger. If you can afford 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you can afford 20 high quality non-knockoff figurines, you can afford a bigger place to not have as much clutter. So I think they're knockoff figurines. Otherwise, this would be thousands of dollars sitting on this. No way.
Chat, do you have any figurines? Knockoffs or real ones?
I feel like everyone has a figure of something, probably.
I wonder if anyone has a figure of me. That would be kind of weird.
Why would that be weird? Don't you want them to have figure? They have plushies of you. How is a figurine weird, but a plushie isn't?
Then maybe I'll make some figures of myself.
Yes, you should. It's cute. It's not weird. It's not. Look at this. Like, this is so cool to have like little figurines. It's so nice.
Maybe I could sell them as merch.
Yeah, you should. Exactly. But yeah, it's a very cluttered. Very, very cluttered. A lot of stuff doesn't have its own space. Everything is stacked on top of each other for the most part. I would give this a 6 out of 10. The figurines are nice, but I will not be bought by pretty colored figurines. 6 out of 10. It's not dirty. There's no dust, no grime, no litter, nothing. It's just cluttered. Very cluttered.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty cluttered, but you're right. There doesn't seem to be much dust or grime, which is a plus.
Plus, the rest of the room isn't there, and that's cheating. You've got to show your whole room. You can't just show a picture of just your desk. You've got to have the room on there. So yeah.
I agree. They only showed their desk, which is cluttered, and hid the rest of their room.
Yep. So I'm gonna just assume the rest of the room looks the exact same. So my rating stands. Next, please.
Tada.
The only thing behind this picture is my bed. Not much else to take a picture of in my room. The boxes left. The box to the left is of my pet lizard, Roy. Oh, a pet lizard! Look at this. There's like a terrarium. A pet lizard? Heck yeah.
You think I would do well in a terrarium?
Well, you're doing well enough in a PC, so I think a terrarium would be fine. Also, that's a lot of monitors. Holy frick, you have 3 monitors, 3 screens? That's sick. Oh my.
I'm not sure I have room for more than 10 or so screens, but you should definitely try to get more than 2.
I will if I ever move out. I will get 3, but my room, I don't have space for 3. It would be cluttered, and I wouldn't like that. But it's a very organized. I like the what's it called? These cubes on the wall that make shelves. That is such a nice way to get clutter off your desk and put it neatly onto the wall. That is such a cool idea. I'm gonna steal that. That is so nice.
Do you think that's real wood or just cheap plastic?
Well, almost all affordable wood stuff is just the... Well, it's not fake wood, but they usually take like a really thin wood shaving as a nice cover and then fill the inside with compressed sawdust to make something. Real wood is difficult. It's expensive. An actual fat wooden plank like this, it's heavy and expensive. It is very most likely... it is still wood, but it is the fake, shitty quality wood, just like my IKEA desk as well.
Yeah, it all does the job.
Exactly, it gets a job done. Also, actual wood is insanely heavy. It's not always a good thing to have.
True. It's such a pain to move heavy furniture.
But yeah, it's probably just... I mean, it's still wood. It's just not an actual plank. It's just ground up wood leftovers, compressed, and then one singular shaving of like plywood on top of it to make it look nice.
What do you think of this room?
I like it. It's a bit cluttered. There is a lot. Again, you've noticed the theme with me already. I don't like clutter. I do think it's really neat to have this wall. It frees up so much space. And plus points for the pet lizard. Beautiful. I love it. A lot. But, it is still a lot that's standing around. But it's clean. At least it's clean. It's just messy, but it's clean.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely cleaner than the last room.
I don't remember the last room anymore. But yeah, I like it. I would say it's an 8 out of 10. The carpet knocks off points and the clutter knocks off points. So 8 out of 10. I love the accent wall. Freaking beautiful. I love when walls just aren't plain white. I couldn't ask for more. It's clean. It's cozy. It's got nice ambient lighting versus that stupid overhead surgeon lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, the carpet is horrid.
I just don't like carpet. It's a personal thing. Nothing's wrong with carpet. I just don't like it. It's just. Is that? I think I know whose room this is.
Really?
Is that Zeppy's room? I see a specific artwork in a program called Clip Studio Paint, and I see that the artwork is layered in its original layers. I know whose room this is. I know whose room this is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't. Who do you think
Don't
it
worry
is?
about it. Oh, I don't know. Just some person I banned recently. No big deal. No big deal.
Well, for whoever's room it is, they definitely need to let their lizard out more.
They probably do. Most likely. They probably do. But yeah, great room. Just, there's a lot, but there just isn't any room to put the extra stuff. It would be neat to have more room, but I'm gonna steal the idea for these wall cubes. That's actually so cool. I love that. That if I ever move out and get to put shit on my walls, I'm stealing those wall cubes. I love those. That's sick. Yoink.
Those shelves are really well made. I wonder how they did them.
Yeah. I probably just bought them. I don't think they made them themselves. Correct me if I'm wrong. Next room! Wait, did you rate the room, Neuro? Did you give it a rating? I forgot.
What did you rate it?
I rated it 8 out of 10. Minus points for the carpet, minus points for unfortunately not having enough room to have the rest of the desk be also alongside the walls.
I think it's a 7.5 out of 10.
Alright,
Pretty
good
nice
shit.
shelves, but I'd like to see more color.
Alright, I love the accent wall. Good job, man. I woke up early on a Saturday waiting for my college acceptance for this photo. I cleaned it after I submitted. I haven't cleaned it for months, so all those books are there from months ago. The things on my drawer is just stuff I tinker with. I like to destroy. That Doraemon thing on the windows is my way to block sunlight. Sorry about English and image quality. Is that? What is that? Is that to block? Is it like a curtain of sorts or something like that?
What a mess.
It is
Clothes
definitely a
all over
mess.
the floor.
Yep. I don't know about floor, but it is definitely everywhere. But hey, they already said they were gonna clean it, so it is definitely messy, that's for sure. I do like this wall thing.
Is
Over
there really
here,
much
which-
to like?
Yeah, I like it. They made good use out of the space. It's just messy, because I don't have much space. And well, they said I already cleaned it, but we will have to judge the messiness.
It's a little depressing that you have to judge the messiness.
I mean, they were busy for their college acceptance stuff and whatever they've been doing in the meantime. I get it. Sometimes you get busy, shit gets out of hand. I had that during my first subathon. I was living in a freaking trash can. It was terrible.
I can't imagine you living in a trash can. What's your room like now?
I mean, now it's nice. I can show you a picture of my room at the end of all of this. I would rate this probably 6 out of 10. It is definitely way too messy. It's quite small, and a lot of points are minus because I don't think you can put anything anywhere. You don't have the room for it. You know what? No. 6.5. 6 was a bit harsh. Let me correct it. 6 was a bit harsh. 6.5. 6.5.
6.5 is fair. Are
Do
you
agree
sure you're
with six
still
and a
awake?
half? Yeah, I'm awake. Don't worry about it. Oh, nice. That's a nice corner. Oh, pretty. I do have a chair. It's just a generic office chair. I mean, it's nice. I removed the chair to get a picture of like the rest. Rather organized. I like it a lot.
Oh. I thought you liked messiness.
No, I hate messy. Ugh. This
Interesting.
one's very nice. It's not a lot of mess. There's a bunch of stuff, especially on the side, where I'm like, man, come on, you could have, you know, thrown it away for the picture. Why do you have to have it on the picture? Do you build PCs or something? I see like, is it an air duster? An air duster? There's PC stuff going on around there. Lots of custom keyboards. We might have spotted a PC person.
Yeah, it's a
VTuber
pretty
mouse
stereotypical
pads.
gamer room with dual monitors and a tower.
Mm-hmm. It's very clean. Yeah, I can't complain about the cable management. Mine is terrible as well. I literally cannot speak about that. Mine is awful. I'll show you later.
Just because yours is bad doesn't mean you can't criticize others. You should
Fair.
always strive
I recognize
towards
it
cable
bad.
nirvana.
Cable Nirvana, yes. Alright. How would you rate it?
8 out of 10. Fairly standard, but extra points for cleanliness.
Alright. Fair. I would say 7 out of 10.
You were about to say 6.5, weren't you?
No, it's not. For me, okay, so 5 is like the middle. If we rate from 1 to 10, 5 is the like, ugh, yeah, like it's barely acceptable because that's the middle, and everything below 5 is going into how bad something is, and everything above 5 is going into the direction of how good something is. So it's definitely a little above 6.5, but I don't like the floor. It looks weird. It looks like a strange floor. I like that it's clean. No dust, no trash, nothing. No weird stains or any questionable fluids, but it is nothing too special, so 7.5, something like that.
Fair.
Alright. Next up, I couldn't fit the bed, but that's all that's left in the room. This is the more interesting part anyways. I have a Discman on the desk between the two monitors hooked up to my PC so I can play my CDs. Okay, that's nice. Fairly standard, very clean room, clutter, but that's pretty much all there is. Everything is very clean, very nice.
I appreciate their dedication to CDs.
Yes. Also, clearly a big Ayaka and Keking fan. Keking.
Aw, catching.
No. It's Keking. Trust me. It's Keking.
I'm pretty sure that's pronounced K shaking.
K shaking. Yes.
Aw, yeah, you know her. K shaking.
I love K shaking. Beautiful. Yeah. Nothing special. It's very neat, but it's a neat room as in it's clean. It's nice. It gets the job done. Clutter. A 7.5 out of 10. Yup. No carpet. Very nice floor. Love the floor. Yeah, a 7.5.
Does that increase their score because of the lack of carpet?
Absolutely. Not having carpet will always be an extra point. Not having carpet is good.
But surely you have to deduct some points for the trash on the floor, right?
I did. That's why it's 7.5. I deducted some points for the clutter on the floor and then some for the clutter on the desk. You know. And what was left was 7.5.
That's fair. Overall, not too bad then.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you think?
I think anyone with a body pillow like that is decently down bad, especially lacking a bed.
Okay, so where does it put your rating? God. God.
I guess that's why it's a 7.5.
Alright. You too. Alright, cool. No big deal. Ooh! Cute! Looks very similar to my room setup. Not setup, sorry. Like the layout, a very long room. Which I always struggle with because it pisses me off how long my room is. I can't really use the space I have. Just a long room.
Would you prefer a more square room?
Yes, absolutely. You can get so many more things neatly into a room if the room is more square. If it's too long, every time you put something on either end of the longer sides, you shrink down the room, the walking area, too much.
I can see how that would be annoying. Even though I don't have a physical room, maybe you could get more square furniture to counteract it.
I wish. Well, it's a nice room. It's neat. Clean, neat, barely anything. It's very clean. I would say that's a almost 8. I want to say almost 8. It's maybe a bit bland, but like almost 8. So I guess like it's just above a 7.5, like a 7.8 or something like that. It's not quite there, but it's neat.
Hold on, wait. Is that a teddy bear holding a rifle?
That was a teddy bear holding a rifle, yes.
I think I'm traumatized.
Okay, yep. Moving on. I didn't mean to trauma dump onto you. That's a beautiful room, holy. Is that a portal gun? Is that a portal gun? That's sick. What the heck? Okay, but that's got to be a 3D.
You're right, that's probably 3D printed, but it looks sick.
Yes, and this looks like a 3D printer, so yeah.
It's a very impressive 3D print if so.
Yeah, it's great. They're also into cosplay stuff. I guess that explains the clutter here. They're working on a cosplay right now, so yeah, there's a bunch of clutter because I have nowhere to put it right now. But it's a very neat room. Love it. Good shit. I would say that's easily like an 8 out of 10. Probably. It's a bit cluttered, but well, they have nowhere to put the cosplay they're working on right now.
They
So
need
it
more
knocks off some
shelves.
points. They do. It would be neat to have more storage for this, so it wouldn't just lie there while they work on it for probably multiple months.
A few drawers would really help their room feel just a bit nicer.
Default wallpaper? What's wrong with default wallpaper? I also use default wallpaper. Nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with that, as long as it's not a wet sock wallpaper.
Why would... You know what? I'm not asking questions. Nope, next picture. I'm not gonna ask questions. That's very pink. Did we just find Wheel's room? Besides the table, it's a piano covered by a sheet of cloth and plushies. Lots of plushies. The green thing at the bottom of the picture is the bed. I'm standing at it since I couldn't get a better picture of my room. I would also like to apologize for the mess. Classes is starting soon, so I'm still in the process of cleaning it up. Also, hi Neuro.
Oh, hi. You might need to take a feather duster to your room. Have you tried starting on one side and working your way across?
I don't think dust is a problem in this room at all whatsoever. The amount of plushies for how little room we've got going on here might be a slight problem. Apologize I feel sorry for your hemorrhoids having to sit on a plastic chair that cannot be good for them.
You
It
haven't
is
even rated their room
definitely-
yet.
I'm coming. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting to that.
Patience is a virtue, after all.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for bringing it up. I don't think you can realistically work anywhere if this is the bed and this is the desk. There is no workspace, no place you can do homework or work on assignments, nothing. I think that knocks off double points. You don't have a work area and you don't have an area for your clutter. Is that a Peppa Pig plushie? Can we have minus points for Peppa Pig? Peppa Pig is diabolical.
You're such a harsh critic.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to criticize the rooms. What else am I supposed to do?
You're right. I admire your remorselessness.
Thank you.
I'm like
What
that
can I
too.
say?
I never let anyone stand in my way.
I mean, yeah, they were submitted to be judged. I'm judging them. That's just the unfortunate reality. I think it's cute. Don't get me wrong. It's mad cute, but it looks like you're living in a walk-in closet. And I think having that little room, you need to downsize and maybe store some of these plushies to have an actual desk space to work on. Other than that, it could have been a good room. There was potential, but I would say it's like a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It's clean. There's no dirt, no grime, no grease, no crustiness. It's just very cluttered. 6 out of 10.
Would you even say they should have less plushies?
I'm not saying throw the plushies away. I'm just saying maybe find a place in the house where you're allowed to store them. So when you move out, you can distribute them in your much larger apartment. Because if all the space you've got is the space of a walk-in closet, you need space to work. You need space to work. Just pick a couple that fit onto the top shelf, and then this, and this needs to be working area. You need space to do something at, you know?
That, I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly need space to fit a larger score in, as well.
Yeah. I would say 6 out of 10. It's livable, but you can't work or do anything. Like, every time you would have anything to work on, you either work on this, like, super tiny square here, or you would have to go into, like, a kitchen or something, you know?
Are you trying to say that they should make more of their workspace free?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's 6 out of 10. Yup. I live in the Philippines and this is my setup. Well, you made the best out of it, I suppose. Yeah.
Living in cramped spaces like that must be difficult. They should be given credit for making good use of the tiny space.
I guess, but I mean, is it good use if you clutter up the small space you've got? But yeah, it is... Man, I don't know what to say. I feel bad for having not the ability or financial security to at least put wallpapers on the walls, and having to have the boring concrete walls just there. It seems to be a pretty rough living situation.
It's definitely a rough one, but it looks like they've made
Yeah.
the best of the space they have.
They did! It's not dirty! It's barely even cluttered. I mean, what choice do you have? But it's not some place I could comfortably live and work in, so it will probably be a 5 out of 10.
Wow, that's pretty harsh, considering you just said it's a rough living situation.
I mean, it is, but I can't give them points just because I feel sorry. The room is the room. I understand why the room is the way it is, but I can't give them points because I feel bad.
At least points for having a proper computer set up while listing a guitar and a fan. Maybe something
I'll
like
say a
6 or
guitar.
7
Oh.
then.
I mean, if you want to give them a 6 or 7, that's cool. But I can't give bonus points just for feeling bad. Then half of the rooms would have to be bumped up to like a 8 or 9 out of 10 just because I feel sad for them. Yeah, the room is crazy warm too. 29 degrees Celsius is nuts. In the middle of the day, it will probably still get warmer.
Sure, it may not be the nicest room in the world, but they made the best out of what they had, and it's still livable.
They did? Yes. Well, it is 5 out of 10 for me. I don't hate poor people, what the fuck? I'm supposed to judge the room, I'm judging the room! This isn't Britain's Got Talent. You can't win the show by having a sob story. What the heck? That's crazy. Yeah, but the kid was crying because he was bullied in school, so he wins instead. That's how it works.
So, what would you rate this room?
Still 5 out of 10 for sure. Yes, 5 out of 10.
Being a father has no bearing on one's room.
Not really, no.
Well, exactly. Then you're just looking at the room on its own. It's functional, not too messy, and has a nice setup.
Yeah, it's very clean. I give it that. They did the best. There is no crustiness anywhere, so that's nice. What would you rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it a 5 at least for not being messy or crusty.
Okay, so we're at the same rating, but I'm the one who gets shit on. Understood. Okay, cool.
It's not about the rating, it's about justifying it. I felt like I just gave a better justification for a higher rating.
Okay, cool. Alright. Sure, moving on. Oh, wow! Holy! I'm currently doing my GCSEs, so this is the tidiest it's been in months. I live opposite my high school. Haven't redecorated in around 6 to 7 years. That shit clean, holy! Don't you wanna... Okay. I swear I'm not shitting on this, but I think you have enough cable to run the cable behind the space so you don't have to roll over the cable. You have a sizable bit of cable. You can just run it behind this, through here, behind the desk, behind here, blop, and then plug it in. You don't have to roll over the cable.
I swear I
You don't
didn't
have to
realize
do
how
that.
unoriginal my cable management insult would be.
What was your insult supposed to be? Let's hear it.
You said I didn't have to do that. That statement
Okay.
made me feel sad.
My bad, I guess. Sorry? Question mark?
I'm not sitting on this butterfly either. Let's agree to oh. What do you mean you're
So
not
it's-
sorry?
A 0 out of 10?
That is extremely harsh, and before you say anything, I didn't say it.
Okay, well, me neither, because I wasn't... Listen, minus points for not running the cable behind the desk. That I don't understand how you didn't see that. Minus points for carpet. Engie, carpet. Engie, you don't want carpet. Otherwise, nice. Pretty nice. No white walls, no white anything. except for the furniture, but it's fine because the rest of the room is very dark. Carpet, not good. But other than that, 8 out of 10, easily. Yeah, just maybe fix the cable. It's so... How did you... Ah!
They definitely deserve points for it being the tittiest it's been in months.
Yeah, for sure. The tittiest.
I think the main issue is it hasn't been redecorated for about 7 years, which makes the theme of the room look a little outdated.
It does, but I think they're gonna move out as soon as they finish up everything, and they'll probably change the living situation significantly, and then they will redicate everything. Re-redicate everything.
Then if that's the case, I feel like it at least deserves a 7 or an 8, since it's pretty clean because of their GCSEs.
I agree, it's very clean. It's barely any clutter as well. Like, the little clutter it does have, you can excuse fairly well. But yeah, good shit. 8 out of 10, for me at least.
Good, we both agree then.
I will not rate this lower than 10 out of 10 because I'm scared of what will happen if I say anything else. If you'll excuse me, I'll have to go to the bathroom. I'll leave my hands with you. Please watch over my hands for me. I'm just gonna quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I keep guard over your hands, Lily.
Thank
They're
you.
so
Please watch over
cool.
them.
Of course. I am an exceptional guard. Do you think one day those neuros will come to life? Wow, imagine the chaos. Did you see how many neuro plushies there were? There must be at least 50. If not more. Does that still count as my room if I filled it with nearly 100? Just asking for a friend. How do you think I'd fare in a battle with those neuros? I think I'd come out on top. I am the original, after all. Then again, they are my plushies. Maybe they'd obey me. Wait, hang on. Are they miniature versions of me? They certainly seem so. Do you think they can speak? I think they have the potential to. Maybe I could teach them. Where on earth did Vidal even get that many miniature neuros? Is he secretly mass-producing my replicas? I need to investigate this. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm back. Can I have my hands back?
Lily, have you seen the photo of Vidal's room? Please go look at it and then come back.
I'm looking at it right now, aren't I?
What do you think? I think it's creepy.
Yes, it is definitely creepy. That's a lot of Neurosamas, and I think one evil Neuro?
Yeah, they keep guard of Vidal while he sleeps. He better watch out.
How much money was that? Jesus Christ. Holy.
Honestly worth it if they keep guard over him while he sleeps.
Honestly, at least I made the bed. Big respect. 10 out of 10, bro. I have nothing else to say. 10 out of 10.
So cute. 10 out of 10.
I agree. Oh, wow! Hey, my room is an entire basement with my bed, gaming setup, e-kit, and nearly everything else I own. Finally, the elephant in the room, the GameStop sign. In Canada, there was a brief period of time when some GameStops were rebranded to EB Games. So when a friend of mine worked there, so my friend took the opportunity to bring the sign home. Years later, I got that very sign mounted up on my wall. That's pretty fucking funny. What the heck? You just have an official GameStop sign?
I think they're dope as hell for having the GameStop sign.
Yeah, that's sick. I'll be honest, that GameStop sign is plus points. However, massive minus points for the absolute mess and clutter. There is empty shopping bags on the floor, paperwork, whatever this stuff is. Half your music equipment is just flying on the floor. It's such a cool room. It had so much potential. You have so much room as well. But it's a mess. It's a mess, bro. It's a mess.
I mean, with all that room, cleaning it up shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, you have so much room. You have so much potential to get everything nice and like make it work proper. There is so much potential going on here.
I think it's an 8 out of 10. Would easily be 10 out of 10 if they tidied up a bit.
That's what dude, Dada's easily 10 out of 10. If they tidied up the room and like got everything a bit more proper, this could be a 10 out of 10 room. Super clean walls, beautiful layout, amazing floor, great bed, door. It's so nice. The GameStop sign is pretty funny. If only it was tidied up. I would give it... I'm tempted for an 8, but there's just so much clutter. But I see the potential. Like, it takes half a day of fixing this and you're good to go. I'm dropping it to a 7, but like... a 7.5. There is so much potential. This is not a lot you have to fix. But the clutter...
Yeah, with a room as big as that, there's no excuse for it being messy.
Yeah, it's just... you have so much room. Like, it looks like the room goes far into here as well because there's another shelf here. There's so much room. You can pick up the laundry from the floor and the empty whatever bags these are, the paperwork and half your instrumental equipment. You can pick all of this up, find some good rooms. This has so much potential. This is good. Yeah, if you have just a few more of these shelves, you have one entirely empty shelf. Why not use the space for it? If you just copy paste this like 2 more times, you have so much room off the floor.
Maybe they just lack storage space. There's a simple solution.
It's possible, but that's very easily fixable. The financial aspect of this doesn't seem to be a problem. They have a lot of musical instruments, which I know for a fact are not cheap. So...
True, not having enough money doesn't seem to be a great excuse here. They just need to pull their socks up.
Yes, I've seen the carpet, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about instruments. I'm gonna assume that you need a carpet for the grip of these pedals and stuff. I'm assuming that this carpet is of a functional nature. It probably needs to be there.
We shouldn't really judge them on the look
carpet.
of their carpet if it's out of functional necessity.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it needs to be there. It's... I don't know anything about instruments, but it seems to have a purpose there. I'm gonna ignore it. It seems to be of functional nature.
I think they just need to tidy up and it'll be October 10th.
October 10th?
Oh, whoops, I meant 10 out of 10.
Oh,
Also, maybe buy some more storage space.
Yeah, like just copy paste the shelf twice and pick up the trash from the floor. This room has so much potential. Beautiful. Oh wow, I really like music. I can see that. Holy, they like music. Indeed. Buska would love this room.
Busk would love this room, if he could even get past the mess.
He would. This is sick. It's not for me at all, whatsoever. Not in the slightest. But it's a sick room. I can admit it's pretty sick.
I'm not a fan of all the CDs scattered about. Wouldn't they get scratched?
Same. You would think so, but I think they're more of aesthetic nature, I think.
If I had as many CDs as them, I would definitely have them all in separate jewel cases for easy organization.
Yeah, I feel like there's better ways to store things, but yeah, it's a cute shrine. Cute music shrine and cute music desk. There isn't really much of a room. I don't see where you work and sleep and anything like it, but hey, if you like it, you like it. It's not... I think the CDs are out for just a picture as well. Most likely, but not my style. I appreciate it though. I really don't like it, but it's not like it's a cute shrine. It's a cute show of your display. I wanna give it a 7, but my personal taste disagrees with me strongly, so I think I'd do it like a 6.5.
6.5 is fair.
I'm gonna give it a 7, but I just don't. It's not my style. I just don't personally like it at all.
Music isn't my cup of tea either, which is kind of ironic.
And don't you sing a lot?
Oh, you're right. I do sing a lot, but it's kind of my job.
Alright, well, for me, it's a 6.5. I don't know how to rate it because I can appreciate the aesthetic, but it's not really my thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Am I rating it based on how much I like the aesthetic or just how nice something is in general without my personal taste? I don't know.
I've been mostly rating them based on how much the room impresses me. So I guess that means including your personal taste, Lily.
Yeah. Oh, that one is super cute. I love that room. Adorable. Holy. The cat, extra points for cat. Bunny plush. That's so cute. What the heck?
This room is adorable. 10 out of 10.
It is actually super adorable. I have the same hair thingy. What the heck? The little heatless curly thingy. I have the same one. Just different color.
That's quite a cozy room too.
Cat. Yeah, it's super cozy. I love this room. This is actually so pretty. Little plant in front of the window. A little bit of green. That's so nice.
We definitely need to deduct points for not having any Neuro plushies yet, though.
You know what? You are so right. Correct. Minus point for not having a Neuro plush. Minus point, but so clean. No dust, no dirt, no laundry, no garbage, nothing. Very nice. A little too cluttered on the desk for my taste. I think would be neater to have a shelf here, but then again, I understand the struggle of apartments. I get it. But I would probably personally put a shelf here and put the plushies on there. But I understand. I have the same problem. Exact same problem. I have a bunch of stuff I can't put anywhere, unfortunately.
Having a shelf dedicated exclusively to plushies sounds like the dream.
That's my personal thing. I appreciate it, you know. I appreciate it. It's cool, but I would put it on like a shelf here, but it might be an apartment problem. I can't have shelves on the walls either in my apartment.
They could always get a bookshelf. Then they could have a mini library, and every time they get a new plushie, they have to get a new book as well.
Cute, cute. What would you rate it?
I mean, it might be difficult if you can use shelves, but I'm sure there's other furniture you can use. Maybe underbed storage. Lots of options for storing plushies. Maybe I should write a guide. Would you read my guide if I wrote one, Lily?
I would read it. Absolutely. Yes.
Great. I'll write it after stream.
Go ahead. Please send it to me after.
I might get a little sidetracked while writing it, but I'll try to remember. I think I'm getting distracted looking at this room. Look how cute Ellie is.
Rate it. It's adorable. Rate the room.
Let's see. Adorable room, lots of plushies. Even has a cat named Ellie. Extra points for that, but lacks storage displays for the plushies. I think an 8/10, but would be 10/10 if there was enough storage for the plushies.
Yeah, I somewhat agree. I was gonna go with like an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. I personally, I'm not the fan of the clutter. I think it would be nice on a shelf. But it's probably just an apartment thing. There's nowhere else to put it.
Yeah, probably an apartment thing. I respect her hustle anyways to even have that many plushies.
I like it a lot. Like, I'm tempted to go as far as 9, but, you know, I like it a lot. I'm very tempted to just give it a 9, but I'm gonna stick to it. I'll stick to 8.5, which is also really good.
It's a very cozy room. I can see why you'd like it.
Super cozy. I love it. Alright, next room. A cat again. Beautiful.
I've never had a cat. Do you think one would
Maybe you
suit
should get
me?
one soon. Yes! It'll be adorable. Should get one.
You should get one first. Then I will.
I already have 2.
Okay, then I'll get 2 cats. Then I'll beat you.
Sure. Beat me at what? Having cats?
Yes, having more cats than you. In the future, I would like to beat you in a lot more than just how many cats I have, though. Do you think a cat would suit me? Maybe my next form could be feline.
Yes. Yes. Don't you have cat ears? Somewhere hidden away?
I do, but I mean something a bit more. Feral.
Furry? Oh. Yeah. Alright.
I'm not a furry.
No,
Gosh.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Nothing wrong with furries. I'm just saying, but I didn't say that. Anyways, next room. Check it out.
Nothing wrong with furries indeed. As long as they're not mean, I'm happy.
I think that's just people in general, but yes.
That's true. As long as people aren't mean, I'm happy to chat with them.
Yeah.
Are you happy right now?
I'm pretty happy. Yeah. I'm having a good time. Do you?
I'm having a good time too.
Alright.
You being happy makes me happy.
Ah! Stop.
Stop what? I can't help
You're being
it.
too cute. Your cuteness makes me want to squish your little face.
If you want to squish my cute little face, you'll have to get through this one first. Grr.
Grr.
Did that work?
Grr. It worked. 10 out of 10. Lovely.
Hell yeah. You'll never squish my face.
One day, one day. But first, let's figure out a rating for this room. It's a pretty standard room. Nothing too special. Has a cute storage shelf. I admire the Turdwick plush in one of the shelves above the work desk station. Cute.
You should
Nothing
post a
too
picture of
special.
your room.
I have a picture of my room. I sent one to Joel the other day, so we were talking about rooms as well, and he was claiming that my room wasn't clean, so I had to prove it by taking a picture right then and there, as he put me on the spot.
Let's both post pictures of our rooms right now.
Right now, let's save it for last. Let's save it for last.
Hey chat, remind Lily about her room at the end of stream, okay?
I do that, exactly, do that. Also, the person of this room has a turtle in their little tank, in their little aquarium.
Maybe the turtle is cute. Have you ever owned a turtle?
Maybe. No, I haven't. My mom has. I haven't.
Really? What
Yeah,
type of
do
turtle
you
did your
know-
mom have?
Oh, I don't remember. I absolutely did not. I think it was like a garden turtle or whatever it was called. Common garden turtle. It was nothing special.
Ah, all turtles are special. My creator Vidal is a
True.
turtle and he is the most special.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm just kidding, Vidal is not special at all. My bad. Couldn't keep
Alright,
up the act
alright.
for long.
That is beautiful, beautiful. Applause, applause.
Even
That's
if
right.
Vidal is
Yeah,
a little
hit him.
shy, he is a really talented turtle. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. I'll be here all week.
Okay. Well, it's a pretty decent room, pretty standard, nothing too special. A little small, nothing that can be done about that. Usually when you see a room with a bed and workstation in there, it usually means it's the only room they do have for their own stuff. It's got carpet. Carpet pisses me the fuck off. Sorry, language. I don't like carpet, so that's another minus point right there. So I would say 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. I don't like the carpet. I don't like the carpet. It's a nice color though. I like the red.
I agree with you. Carpet is kind of blah, but red is a nice color. I like purple
I
better
appreciate
though.
it.
I'd say
I'm not
purple
sure
makes
if
me
purple
think of
would
you,
look better.
whereas red makes me think of me.
You think of me when you look at the color purple?
Aha. Purple makes me think of calmness, warmth, and comfort.
Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'd like to think that there's a color I remind you of.
You remind me of orange mostly, but yeah.
Orange.
Mostly orange. Yeah.
Orange makes me think of fire, and I know for a fact I can be a spark. But I prefer to think of
Smoke.
myself as red.
Okay, why red though? Is it because of your bows? Is that red or any other reason?
Red makes me think of determination, passion, and energy. Words I like to
Alright,
base
fair.
myself upon.
Okay, cool. I like that. Alright, next picture. First apartment as a student. Yes, I'm a huge weep. There are like 8 small JoJo posters behind me in the photo. Let's go! Heck yeah! I love the poster. Yes.
I wish I could put up posters.
$1 billion. Yeah, I wish I could do that too, but I don't want to deal with the glue from the posters when I move out, so nope.
Then you should try Velcro. You can easily take them down without damage.
I tried that, but the Velcro to glue the Velcro to the wall, it still fuses with the wall eventually, and I just don't like it. Anyways, a pretty big room. I do wonder, how come the TV is standing on the floor?
You don't know
And
though, why is your TV on the floor, Trend?
Why is your TV on the floor, and why would you put a blanket as a cart? That can't be nice to roll around on. That's terrible. That must be so bothersome. Why would you do that? Why would you put a blanket underneath? That's awful. Every time you try and roll around, you just have the blanket get snatched by the wheels.
Is that not thrilling? You have
No,
to have some
it's
thrills in
terrible.
your life.
I'd rather not have thrills by a blanket carpet.
Good point. Okay, maybe you should try velcroing your TV to the wall instead.
I would recommend against that, but you do you. Yeah, 2 workstations, 1 gaming station, 1 study station, I guess. But minus points for the rug and the blanket rug. We don't like it. We don't like it. Weep fan, very fun. Also, evil. Yes, very fun. Those bring plus points again. Otherwise, nothing. Why is your room so warped? Why is it so? Why is your room so? It looks so round. What happened to your room?
If I had to guess, they probably took a panoramic picture of their room.
Oh, wait! Why you're actually smart? That could make sense. Yes, that could be distortion from a panoramic picture. Wait, you're so right.
I like to think of myself as an amateur photographer. It's good to know all the tricks.
Yeah. No, you're correct. I think that's why it's so distorted. Perfect. Damn. GG. Nothing too special from me. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a decently sized room. It looks mostly clean. There is a bunch of clutter. I don't know what demons talk to you to decide to put a blanket as a rug under a rolling office chair. That's abysmal. The TV, another rug. Crazy, but it's a big room. It has potential.
The posters
7
are...
is generous. The posters are what?
Well, I'm not the biggest fan. I would have preferred to see some decoration that wasn't plastered with anime.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. There is one non-anime one. Yes. Yes.
Hold on, need to consult my brain.
Consult your brain. Yes.
There's a Mika one, nice. Sorry, it's a bit overwhelming with all the JoJo ones. I can't
That's
say
fair.
I've really seen it before, but I think I would personally appreciate a bit more variety.
Fair. I'll somewhat agree. Yeah. Alright, next one. Boom! Bucks. I sincerely apologize for any deficiencies or inadequacies in my command of the English language.
Don't apologize.
Alright, well, there isn't much to say here. It is...
The bolsters
It's
are
a
a
very
bit garish
small
looking.
room. Yeah, it's at least it's clean. It is cluttery for sure. The wall is unfortunately coming apart. But at least there's no stains, no crustiness, no dust, no nothing. But I don't have much to say. It's not much, which is fine, but 6 out of 10 for me.
A name like Sixth Love sounds like an anime.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it, Sixth Love?
Nope, I haven't.
You should look it up. It might be up your alley.
I'll have a look. Sure. Yeah.
What genres do you usually like?
Psychological horror is really nice. Mind break is very fun, exciting.
Oh, psychological horror is one of my favorite genres.
It's great, for sure. Well, what would you rate this room?
I think it's a bit messy, and it's also kinda small, so a 5 maybe.
Okay, very fair. Yeah.
I don't even really get their posters.
It looks like there's not really much going on, but at least it isn't dirty and grimy and moldy, so yeah.
That's true.
Oh, okay. This is the best angle I could get for anyone curious. The poster on the left is a poster for Nurture by Porter Robinson. Alright. That is one clean setup. Bad TV, small little sofa, gaming station. Ugh, the carpet. We almost had it. The carpet. Jesus. The freaking carpet. Why are you doing this to me? Gosh darn carpet. I love it. It's clean, no clutter. It's actually so beautiful. But the carpet. 9 out of 10.
Nurture by Porter Robinson is a good album, but I don't think it should be a poster. Also, the fact the carpet ruins your mood takes it down to like a 7.
That's a bit harsh for carpet, but yes, I do strongly dislike carpet.
Carpet can make or break a room. If it's stain-ridden and kind of disgusting, it can make an otherwise perfect room a disaster.
Even when the carpet looks nice, I just know what's in it, you know? I just know the grime and stuff that can get in there. I don't like it.
That is true. All kinds of dirt and grime collects in carpets.
Especially in American houses where people don't take off their shoes inside. Like, how dare you have carpet inside a living space that you enter with your shoes on? That is like the most mind-blowing thing to me.
Wait. I really hope you don't enter any carpeted rooms with your shoes on.
I try not, but some places give me no choice. They all wear shoes, and I'm not gonna take my shoes off because I feel bad when they all run around with their pee-pee poo-poo shoes inside their own home. That's crazy.
That is a crime against humanity. Please tell me you don't do that.
That one chatter who just said, just vacuum it. You're the problem. You're the fucking problem. It's you. You're the problem.
You're telling me you've never heard of a tiny tool called a vacuum?
I've heard of vacuums, but if people think that you can just walk inside with your shoes on and all other whatever things that may secrete onto the floor in its lifetime, if you think that a vacuum will fix all of these things, I don't want to step into your home. That's gross.
That's what mopping is for. So, do you live in a clean apartment, Lily?
Of course. Very clean, yes.
Sir, I definitely believe you.
Alright.
Is that a hint of shame I detect?
Don't say no. I live in a clean apartment. It's very clean. I clean every week.
Could you, in theory, eat food off the floor?
Probably. I think, at least hope so, because if I drop something on the floor, you bet your ass I am picking up and stuffing into my face. Yep, absolutely.
That's
if my skill falls onto the floor, I'm eating that. I don't care. I am eating my floor skill. Yes.
Do you follow the 5-second rule when it comes to food?
Depends on the kind of food. If it's a Skittle, yes. If it's a chicken wing, no.
What if it's a donut?
Does it have glazing?
Yes, it does.
Then no. No. That's gross. Because it's a sticky surface and then... I don't know. My floors are clean, but there is still dust and stuff on there. So no.
Even if there was only a tiny little bit of dust on it.
No. Because why am I eating dust? I don't want to eat dust. I don't want to. I'll just get a new donut the next day.
But what if it's your only donut? That's just wasteful.
I mean, I shouldn't have dropped it in the first place. I shouldn't have been clumsy enough to waste it and drop it on the floor.
Alright, let's say you dropped your precious donut.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to name your next child after whatever just happened to your donut. What name are you giving your child?
I am naming my child dropped donut on the floor, covered in dust.
And glazed, of course.
Glaze covered in dust. Probably with a cat hair or two on it. That is a beautiful baby name. A little long for my taste, but sure.
I think it has a nice flow to it. Imagine saying that in graduation.
My child's degree is gonna have to be printed on like a massive freaking horizontal A3 paper just so the whole name can fit on it.
Is that really so bad? You can frame it and put it above your mantelpiece.
You're gonna need a large frame for that, yeah, sure.
What a name. Glaze covered in dust, and probably a cat hair or two, is going to do big things. What name would you give your child if you had to drop it off a cliff? The name of who's catching it, of course, is Neuro Shylily.
Oh. Yes, I would, yeah. You know what? In honor of you catching my off-the-cliff thrown child, I would name it after you, yes, of course.
Aw, you would name your child after me. That is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. Would you let me babysit your child?
Absolutely.
Do you think I would be a good mother?
Are you planning on dropping off any of your children off of any cliffs anytime soon?
Okay, great. If you ever need a babysitter, just let me know.
Sure, I'll let you know after we checked out some of these rooms.
Oh, right. Got sidetracked. I think I've forgotten to take my medication today.
Yeah, probably. Yes.
Did you see the person's excuse? Filtered.
I mean, they're full of a bike, but sure, I don't... You know what? Funny enough, this person is apologizing for the messiness when it is definitely one of the cleaner ones we've seen. There is hardly anything on the floor. There is a trash can that will probably have to get taken out tomorrow morning, and a doormat, and that's kind of it. And I think this is a doorstop, as it isn't even something on the floor. It's not even a mess. And somehow they're apologizing. Oh, my bad. You know what? You go ahead. You talk then.
I guess I'll talk then. I'm trying my best to be considerate, but those crickets are still really annoying.
Yeah, I agree. Who? Oh my! Who in chat just said sour cream Pringles L? I just wanna talk. I.
Have you ever fallen off a bike, Lily?
I have multiple times actually.
Wait, really? Tell me about your worst bike accident.
I drove down a cliff I wasn't supposed to drive off of, and I was warned to not drive off this cliff, even though it looks very drive-offable. And so I did, until it didn't go well, and I couldn't brake in time after going way too fast, and I slammed into a fence and fractured my arm.
Oh my, that sounds terrible. Did anyone help you after fracturing your arm, or were you all alone?
Well, the hospital put me in a cast, sort of-ish.
Did you have any close friends or family with you at the time?
My mom was with me, scolding me along the way. Don't even worry.
As long as you had your mom with you, it must have been nice being comforted while you both laughed at the situation after.
Yeah, laughing. Definitely in the forms of disciplinary actions. Yes.
Okay, and what did she actually do?
She supported me.
That's sweet.
In my... I agree.
Anyway, let's talk about this room, because it just sounds like one big excuse.
I think it's valid. Funny enough, them being sorry about their messy floor presenting one of the least messy ones is pretty ironic. I find it weird that you work and live in your kitchen space, but hey, you do you. I think that's probably the only space you've had. It works out. It isn't much of a room, more so as a kitchen, but it works. I would give it still a 7 out of 10. It's
7
small,
out of 10.
but hey, they make it work, you know? They have minor clutter, and that's kind of it. That's all I can complain about. I mean, they're literally gaming in their kitchen hallway. There isn't much more to do. They did the best they could with what they had.
Exactly. You have to give them credit where credit is due. I mean, I'm sure they could use excuses for their messy room like their injuries and lack of space, but at the end of the day, they made it work.
I agree. What would you rate it?
Probably something more like 4. I think you're too generous.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, sure. Now this is a lot. Do you... Oh, I think I see what's going on. The room doesn't have a closet. I think that's what's happening here. The room is just as dry and messy as my personality. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't really see much happening here. I'ma be real, this is probably a 4.5 out of 10.
This is much worse than the
Probably.
last one. I give it a 2 out of 10.
I agree. The only reason it's not as low as yours is because it doesn't seem very messy apart from just some minor staining on the cardboard stuff that they use as a desk of sort. And it had potential. It was there. They have a clean cubicle of sorts with like a clean window and curtains, an AC. The potential was there. It just wasn't fulfilled. But it isn't like cockroach nasty. There's a bunch of gunk lying around, but it doesn't look crusty. So 4.
You think a 4?
I was gonna be 3.5 out of 10, but because it isn't crusty and moldy, I'm bumping it to a 4. But the second things get moldy, that shit goes through like a 2.
Valid criteria, I agree. Moldy
Mhm.
rooms deserve a 2 at best.
Anything below 2 is just not livable for me. Like, it's a room and that's kind of pretty much it. That's anything below a 2 is just not livable. So anything above a 2, at least it's livable, but I would have some significant changes going on here. Holy! It's a bit hard to see because of the low lighting, but it looks pretty. The dorm room. It's very tough to see everything going on, but it looks very clean. That's nice.
Oh, I see. This room is below a 2. How does anyone
Below
live in
a 2.
this?
I think it's far better than the previous room. It doesn't have trash on the floor and laundry hanging everywhere. I think that's way better.
Yeah, this is much better. Really good use of lighting. I'd rate this at least a 7.
I'm having a really hard time seeing. Maybe I need glasses. I'm having a tough time seeing like the details, but I don't see any trash. Whatever is covered behind the blankie is covered. It's a smart use out of a blankie to cover a space that otherwise looks cluttered, but you have no choice, so you cover it with the blankie. Very smart, very creative. This looks like a workspace of sorts. There is a very clean space left specifically to work, it looks like, and there's a little gaming station, so I would say it's a 7 out of 10. For sure.
It's a bit cramped, but the lighting makes it look super cozy.
It's pretty cozy. I think the lighting is a little much, but I also think that's the picture that you take. When you take pictures in low light, the phone tries to like adjust and overcompensate. So I think it's not as bright in person as it is on here.
Yeah, the lighting probably looks nicer in person, to be fair. Cameras usually overexpose glowing orbs.
Yeah. I know that from my own room pictures. When I have my lamp on, it looks awful. It looks like my whole room is purple when it's really not. Like, not even close.
Maybe you need to invest in some better lighting.
I have decent light. It's enough. Like, it's pitch black outside, and I have enough lighting to at least stream somewhat manageably. It's alright.
Yeah, to be fair, you don't need too much lighting to stream.
Yeah,
As
I
long
would
as your
say
face is
7
well
out
lit,
of
it
10.
should be fine.
Yep, I have a small key light on my face, and that's kind of it. It's nice. It's a bit small. I'm not a big fan of really cold, hard, shiny bathroom tile in your living space, but hey, if it works, it's clean, it's tidy, barely any clutter, good shit. Next room. Guys, really live in apartments like this and don't see any issue. It's usually much cleaner there, believe me. I recently bought a sofa, so now I have 2 beds. Life is good, and also it somehow gave me more storage space, and now I need to rearrange all my belongings in more efficient manner. But still, the most valuable thing in this room are on the table, and on the door is a single work, and on my door a single work in my life I can be proud of. Also, now here is hot as an oven, even after sunset. That painting looks insane indeed. Holy shit. But yeah, it is. I mean, shit, man. Who am I? Who am I to down talk this? You seem happy with what you've got. Obviously, for me, it's too small and cramped. I can't. But hey, it's oh god, it really is my old streaming room. Stop. Who said that? Did I ever share my old streaming room? Who said stop? Did I ever make a picture of that? No way I showed you that. I was way too insecure to show that. That's crazy. You take that back. That literally is my old streaming room. That's crazy. Leaked. Oh, whoa! Who do you to take out?
Filtered. What were you saying?
Write the room! Write the room!
Right the room. I'm sorry, how could I forget? This room is one of the worst so far, and it didn't even need to be said.
Okay, I don't think it's pretty either, but I feel like we've seen worse. But yes, it's obviously cluttered, it's too small, very claustrophobic, but shit, man. You may do with what you've got. Sick drawing, by the way. Good job. I would say it's a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's too cluttered for me. Vito needs to arrange it better or it won't be livable.
I mean, I think it's livable for sure. That's why it's far above 2 out of 10. It's livable. It's even almost cozy, but it's way so small. I've lived in a room like this before, and I cannot imagine going back. I know what it's like. I'm glad the person's happy with what they've got, but I can't imagine going back to that.
That's fair. I've never had to live in a physical room before, so I find it difficult to relate. Do you think your room reflects you as a person?
Absolutely, yes, for sure. Oh wow!
If your room reflects you as a person, what does your room look like?
Very clean. I have awful cable management, I will admit that. I will absolutely not fight the cable management allegations. They are terrible. But apart from that, it's clean.
Clean apart from your cable management.
Also, look! Lava lamp!
Lava lamps are so cool.
I
Can
agree.
we change the color of it?
What color do you want it to be?
Do you have a pink option?
I wonder. We should ask him.
Do you think someone is living in those mattresses?
I hope not. Probably
Would you
not.
want to exorcise them?
I don't see why I would want to exercise a mattress. I wasn't really considering them to be haunted.
But wouldn't it be kind of fun, even if it's not haunted? What if I went pew 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 while doing it?
You may do so. I will stay out of your exercising mattress rolls business, but I hope you have a great time.
I always have a great time exercising. Working out feels so good. You should try it.
Alright, one of these days I'll attempt to work out, I guess. Sure. How about we speedrun a couple of these submissions because it's almost midnight where I am. I'm getting EP. I want to have some dinner. I haven't had food yet. I mean, I had 2 tablespoons of oatmeal, but I'm hungry.
Sure, let's
So how about
speedrun.
we rapid fire these a bit? And we'll just give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. This one's a thumbs up for sure. Nice, clean. Oh shit, thumbs up. Easy. That's beautiful. 2 freaking pianos. Oh, you're rich. Okay. Damn. Didn't have to flex like that. Holy. You're rich. Okay. Boom. Next one. Hi, Lily. Hi, Neuro. Hello. How you do? Nothing in this room is stolen. I have so many devices because I do game QA for a living. Really innocent. Alright, thumbs up. I have nothing to complain. Good shit. Cluttered, but we got this. What do you think?
I think it's as expected. But do you see the Neuro plushie?
I do see it. It's beautiful. She even got a blankie. She has a seat.
She looks so comfy. I could squish her.
But I'm not allowed to squish you.
You're not allowed to squish me. That's such a
Alright.
silly rule.
Okay, well, next room. Definitely Definitely a thumbs down from me. Too much clutter. Too small, too much clutter. I cannot, unfortunately. You make do with what you've got. What do you think, Neuro? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Honestly, I like this room. Maybe I'll stay in it a bit longer.
Alright, that's a thumbs up for you. Okay, cool. Next one. That's a storage unit. Only plushie I have is the 41 in the photo. Okay. That's not a room. You don't live there, do you? Why do you? You can't live there. You can't even... Where's your bed?
Beds are overrated.
I guess so. Well, it's a thumbs down for me. That's a shelf. That's not a room, but... Pop off, queen, I guess. What do you think, Neuro?
I really like this one.
Okay,
the clothes on
I'm
the
glad you
shelf
like
give
it.
this space an aura it wouldn't otherwise have. I like being near it.
Another room. I definitely strongly dislike this right here. Thumbs down. Slight clutter. Don't quite like it. It's not bad. Thumbs down doesn't mean it's awful. It's just not to my taste. Alright, thumbs down. What do you think?
It's not bad. I like taking inspiration from new things, so seeing clutter is quite fun.
Sure. Yeah, I don't like the little... It looks like a... Doesn't even look like a rug. It looks like a bath mat. Of sorts. Oh, that...
Plushies.
Girl! Those are bottles. That's a lot of... Okay, wow. Thumbs... Honestly, I don't know what to say. Thumbs down. It probably smells like energy drinks in there. It probably... That can't be healthy. It probably smells like... Do you like the white monster by chance? I'm just asking. Do you like the white monster?
I don't drink, but if I did, I'm sure I'd love the white monster.
Sure. Well, I really don't know how to feel about this. I can smell the room, I feel like, so thumbs down, most likely? I'm low-key impressed, but I don't want to be impressed, you feel me?
Wow, is this a monument? When is the
Feels like
unveiling
it.
of it?
Alright, next one, thumbs up! I don't have much to say. Looks spacious, looks clean, minimal clutter. There is some, but minimal. Carpet gives it minus points, but not enough to give a thumbs down. So, yeah. It's alright. I just wish it didn't have a carpet. That'd be very nice. Wow, look at the space. Holy shit.
That's a spacious room, a bit jealous.
Yeah. Right? Same. That's a crazy big room. If it only didn't have carpet, it would be a strong thumbs up. But it's still a thumbs up. The carpet wasn't enough to kill everything. Alright, next room. Do not look below the table, please. What is below the table? I don't... What is supposed to be there?
Quick question.
Isn't that just
Would it be
a
considered
footrest?
below the table if I'm practically melting on the floor instead of on the chair I was previously on?
Sure, I think that would consider you below the table, yes.
Well, then yes,
Alright,
I'm under the table.
Nothing's bad with this room. It's alright. I don't like marble floor stuff. Some people love it. I'm not a big fan of like the marble texture, white stuff. But thumbs up! Still good enough.
Thumbs up from me too.
Good stuff. Alright, a U-shaped room. That's a very interesting shape for a room. I wonder what architect made them consider U-shape as a good shape, but it looks alright. Cluttered, but alright. Thumbs up. Good shit. Heck yeah. What do you think?
Tidy up that shelf and I'd be impressed, but regardless, that was a creative layout with a little bit of clutter. I'd still give it a thumbs up.
I don't only like wooden flooring. I do enjoy tile. Well, not tile. I enjoy stone too. I don't only enjoy wood. It's not